on time.
I mean, this is on brand. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, we have a standard to follow.
It's
So,
about consistency.
exactly.
And
That's you
not
need the
being more than
consistency.
40 minutes late.
Yep. Actually, we were 37 minutes, so that's getting a little
Which
close.
is more than 40.
We were a little too soon.
Well, if we talk about how late we are for 3 more minutes,
We'll be great. But
You know, it's
no.
funny. Half of us were here like 30 minutes early, by the way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That
I'm
was
so
true.
sorry.
I saw that.
I was like eating, and then I was like, oh crap, and I saw the time. I was like, oh. All right. So, yeah, we are now here where we last left off. Outside of combat. You guys are back in the vessel. I assume you head back to land.
Needle's already headed back way ahead of everybody. Sorry, guys.
Gotcha. And
I would start moving back with everybody.
okay, and then
I think I am slightly fast in the boats.
Safe to assume that the rest of the group follows.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one rowing, so.
Yeah.
I'm
fair. All right. So with that, you guys, let me for once remember to delete the initiative order. You head back. Sharks having been mostly dealt with, or at least yes, the ones that were nearby were dealt with.
Do we see Avalon at the dock waiting for us, confused why we left without him?
Yeah. Well, here we go, Avalon. We'll just put you on this theoretical dock. And then we'll just go ahead and switch. Shall we sit at the Harbor Town map, or do you want to look at world map? We'll do Harbor Town map for now. There we go. Oh, right. I need to also join you. There we go. That's better.
At the docks.
All right. So party meets back up at the docks with John Williams now with you. He is, pretty beaten, battered, and bruised and burnt. But he's holding on.
I prestidigitation him to make him clean. He's still hurt, but he's clean. I go around, do a couple swirls, clean off every patch of clothing. No more blood, no more water, but he's still almost dead.
Yeah, he is still, very wounded and bleeding.
We did it.
And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna rest up at my place. Orchid packing.
Let's not be too hasty, Mr. Williams. How about we all visit your place and we can all rest there since we're such good friends now?
Yeah, I don't exactly have bedding. But if you are okay with sleeping on the ground or whatever, that works. I really just have a bed for me.
Well, if there's not enough bedding at your place, then you'll be spending the night with us at the inn.
Okay. No, yeah, look, if that is the preference, that's what we're doing.
Also, your Gorgon is 60 feet below us right now.
I was gonna ask how we bring that up.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna get that thing out. How did it get there?
Tara, take Williams 20 feet that way. I'll hold him down for a minute. If you could, sorry, Avalon, could you have Tara? Is Avalon here actually? You said yes. Avalon did join up with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so Avalon is joined up with us.
Yeah, here we go.
Avalon, sorry, I don't mean to keep ordering Tara around. To be fair, Needles might actually do that. So yes, Tara, go and do this for me.
Tara will just look to Avalon.
I guess go ahead.
And then it'll shrug, and then it'll sorry, what'd you tell him to do again?
To take the Williams 20 feet away from us, where we could still see him, but so we could talk somewhat privately.
Oh, and he's like, you could just ask me to walk. I don't have to. Tara just picks him up and starts heading away. All right.
So
this is humiliating as he gets carried off.
Me and you both, buddy. I scream to him.
That's great.
He's like, I'm sorry, that's rough.
Well,
There's no reason.
I apologize for complicating things for everybody, but I am confident he won't immediately betray us. That doesn't mean I'm confident he's loyal, so I don't know if we want to immediately reunite him with his Gorgon.
We at the very least we can't take him back to the inn.
Why not?
Well, because he's still alive.
Oh, well,
And
that's not a problem.
we
We
want the-
promised to deal with the Gorgon problem. We didn't promise to kill anybody. In fact,
He was against it.
Gregory was against killing him, so
Well, okay then.
but I do think we put the fear of the moon god in him, so he should be a little bit more obedient now. And he should tell us about those illithids you seem so upset by, Severance.
Did you just say illithids?
Martha.
Yes, with psychic powers in your head, I did say the word illithids, yes.
What was the question again?
I was mentioning that we could get information more directly about the illithids. Since you seemed upset by them.
Do that. I'm gonna try and stay away from him so I don't kill him.
So do we want to fish the Gorgon out anytime soon, or do we want to just keep him on his own? He does seem useful by his lonesome. His phantasm, as he called it, seems like it can petrify people without the Gorgon. But I'd like to fish it out at some point.
I don't know, man. That giant stone bull had attachment issues. Maybe being at the bottom of the ocean will do it some good.
Or want to beat it up.
That sounds like a bad idea, but if we fish it up and you beat it up, it's hard for any of us to complain if it turns you to stone. Technically, we haven't seen it do anything wrong, and anything we believe it to have done wrong was probably on John's orders.
I mean, didn't he say that it rampaged once? So I feel like it's done some wrong.
Perhaps it has?
I vote
And
just
if
beat it
we
down
bring
there.
him with him, you know, having a giant stone bull is either going to be ticking pipe bomb.
I'm fine one way or the other. I'm more excited about having a employee who can turn people to stone, even if the bull itself is at the bottom of the sea. Maybe if he gains more of our trust, we could put the effort in to reclaim his pet.
I think that's reasonable. Oh, by the way, how do we bring up the golden rod? I don't really know if I want to give it away, to be honest.
Actually, that's a good point. Is Christopher Dawkins here? Did he just see us take somebody out to sea and bring him back all beat up?
Yes, but he's not standing close enough to have been hearing this, potentially. It's not a guarantee that he's hearing it. He's like standing like if you're on this dock here, he's like on a couple docks over.
And Avalon, did you ask us why we took him out to sea and then brought him back alive? Or
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what I was
listening?
like, so actually a lot of things happen out at sea. I thought you guys were killing him. What happened?
Well,
changed our
we had a bit of an argument before taking him out, right after you left, as to whether or not we would kill him or keep him alive. And, well, the argument continued all the way out to sea, and eventually we came to the conclusion that he'd be slightly more useful alive than dead. Except Severance. Severance still wants him dead, so be careful.
Is that a good thing that he's on our? Well, I can't say he's on our side though, because we did threaten him, attacked him,
We have a stand
and
user on our
threatened
side.
him again, and also stole his stuff.
He's not in a position to work against us at the moment, and considering I peered into his mind, we don't have to worry too much.
For right now, I'll just go with it, I guess. Don't see a good reason to keep him around since of what he's been doing. Like, that was the whole point of us getting rid of him, is to stop all of this, like all of him turn people to stone.
But don't you think it would be useful to have an ally in the world who is capable of such petrification?
I mean, if that ally is already hating us for what we did to him, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think hatred is a strong word. I don't think he's been in a good position for a long time, and he just wants to survive. And if we give him if we gave him the option to survive, he will cooperate for the time being. Again, I don't think he's loyal, but he's at least not immediately mindful of betraying us.
He's a big, weak baby.
We did see him turn 2 sharks to crumbling stone. I wouldn't say he's weak, but a big baby maybe.
Baby.
That man has survived way too much.
Yeah. One egg he just made, like, he survived a lot, so again, I'll go with it for now. I'll just have to see what happens next.
All right. With that, what's everyone's passive perception? Does anyone have a passive
6.
perception of 16 or higher?
Yeah,
Severance.
I don't
Severance
even
our
have to
perceptive
check.
robot. Severance is the only one, I believe.
What was there conversation in the last few seconds? My Discord bugged out and it froze and I didn't hear anything.
Passive perception of 16 or higher, Mr. Passive Perception 17.
Oh yeah, it's 17.
So Severance, you notice as your guys are like, all right, that's what we're doing for now. You do notice Christopher Dawkins seems like he is able to hear what's going on, as he kind of gives like a nod, like what an interesting turn of events, kind of nod, and then continues back to fishing.
I would like to whisper to
He's
my
fishing?
party that this Christopher Dawkins guy, he be hearing us.
Wait, I thought he just stared out into sea all day.
He is currently looking out at sea while fishing.
Did he find a new rod?
That's probably his disguise of just staring at the sea aimlessly.
People kept on staring at him, being weird. He
Yeah,
got a rod.
He's currently hearing us.
Well, now
wave
you're
out.
whispering though.
Okay, wave out and say hi to him.
I'll wave
Hi,
as well.
Mr. Dawkins.
And he just waves back.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going? I
Pretty good,
heard
how are
some of
you?
your plans. Sounds like you got a lot going on.
Yes,
I
we're just
wonder-
dealing with criminals.
Hmm.
You know
I
how they
wonder
are.
if he'll trout his ears on what he heard.
To what? Oh.
Never mind. I get the feeling
Trout
I'm
his
going
ears.
to get in trouble this session if I repeat it.
I just don't know what that means. What does it mean to
Trout
trout
his ears?
Doubt.
Oh, doubt. Okay.
Oh.
I was so confused. I just heard
I heard
trout, and I was
trout.
like,
I
"What?"
heard
Yeah,
trout
Okay,
and
okay, it's
trout.
not just me. I was like, "What is that?"
Placing words with fishes since he's a fisherman.
I see. Okay, I was so
That's funny.
confused. I was like,
That's
I-
actually a pretty funny pun then.
"Yeah, okay,
Like,
okay."
That's the reason I replaced hearing with herring.
Oh,
Ah.
okay, but no. So he's just, yeah. No, it seems interesting. A lot on your plate dealing with criminals and such. That's crazy. Hope all's going well.
Well, considering there's a scandal with people being turned into illithid thralls, it's not going particularly great. But
Oh,
we dealt with it.
yeah, no, that's really bad. But glad you're dealing with it. That's some quality
Can I
stuff
roll-
right there. And gives a thumbs up.
Can I roll a perception or investigation check to see if Christopher Dawkins is an illithid in disguise?
I think that would be more either investigation or insight.
We'll do insight.
An 11? 11
Since we're
doesn't
in
get.
a combat, would I need to recast guidance, or is that gone back to like automatic?
Yeah, since you're outside of combat, it's just kind of automatic, I assume.
Well, I mean, a 12 doesn't really change anything, I don't believe.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. He doesn't necessarily seem like he's an illithid, but like at the same time, what evidence do you have? Because maybe that's kind of what an illithid might want you to think now, isn't it? That it's not an illithid. It's hard to say.
See. So he might be.
I feel like his lifestyle is too pathetic to be a illithid.
Yeah, Christopher Dawkins just a chill guy. There's no way he'd be an illithid.
Are we ready to head to the inn and claim our rewards? I do believe we have a special item waiting for us.
Reward.
What? Hastily now! Verily!
And we'll pick up John along the way.
All right. Ah,
No.
Oh, nice.
I just shrink it down. There he
It
is.
looks like an illithid.
There he is.
I like it.
And
alright.
to John Williams. Unfortunately, we've decided to leave your friend, who doesn't need to breathe, at the bottom of the sea for a short time until you've earned our trust. And then we can help you fish him out if we get to that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it's gonna be. I don't know what we'd do to get him out anyway. It's he's kind of heavy.
There are a couple things we could do. By the way, on the dock, is there one of those big, what is it called? Those cranes to unload ships?
Like a wooden equivalent. No.
Well, there is none
Like,
even in
can't
Harbor
there
Town. The whole
remember-
thing is their harbor.
Mm-hmm. If they get a large catch of fish, it is very difficult. It is a shitty harbor.
You say that, but I mean, you've seen the way these guards are. You think that? I'm just saying.
I don't think they know what a crane is. Now, would my character remember about the pathway that the bull could have taken to get back to land?
Yeah, I'd
Or
say
what do you-
so. Because you can
I
kind of
would-
look and be like, oh yeah, it could like maybe go potentially this way, but it might be kind of difficult without someone able to help it up at some of the parts.
I would like to tell Needles about it, just so he's in the know about a possible
Well-
path. It'd be a lot easier.
So, do we have rooms in the inn right now?
We should, right?
Yeah, I think Gregory said that
Gave
he,
us.
yeah, that he would part of his payment would be letting you guys stay there.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna in character say I'm gonna go up to one of the rooms that we have and calm down so I'm not in an illithid rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get a snack.
Sounds
or
good.
Something to eat.
Oh yeah, definitely want food in you. So yeah, your Severance is going off to meditate for a bit. What is the rest of the party up to?
extremely debating whether I should give the goldenrod to Christopher Dawkins or not.
Mhm.
Internally or externally?
Internally,
Gotcha.
Okay.
just brooding in
Is-
a corner, staring at it.
Is the inn floor, is the main floor of the inn empty like it was before, or are there now a couple people now that we've been gone for an hour or two?
Yeah, there are a couple of people in the bar getting some drinks.
And is Gregory still awake? Does he change shifts, or is he just
No, he's
always
awake.
on?
He's just always on.
Not suspicious at all.
Hmm.
He's definitely not a dragon, guys. He only stays awake literally 24/7.
No, he
I
just
thought
takes a lot of
dragons
power
were
naps.
lazy.
He does have a. You can see there's kind of like a bed by the bar as well.
Damn.
Take home naps.
Yeah, and there's like a bell by the door too. So when you walk in, it rings the bell, which wakes him up.
He's a very light sleeper.
So, leading John in, I will approach Gregory with anybody else that wants to talk to him.
Well, welcome back. Glad to see you're in one piece. And he
And at
kind
this point, if John Williams will let me,
Mhm.
I'm sort of gonna be sitting on his head and playing Ratatouille.
is he like? Do you have him put like a hat on, or is it just like?
No,
just
not
as
to the
is?
point that I'm trying to disguise it, but like I'm sitting on his head and into his head, giving him directions.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, he'll listen.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just writing. Got it.
Actually sit on his shoulder, I guess. I think that makes more sense
Okay.
instead of on his head. But I'll be on his shoulder. Did
Like-
Greg say anything besides that?
No, yeah, he's just and then also he'll say, well, seems you're technically still in one piece. But regardless, I'm under the assumption that things are handled here. Is that a correct assumption?
Looking around for Severance. Yeah, it seems that we've come to an arrangement. There shouldn't be any more incidents here in Harbor Town, and the abilities of this kind gentleman will hopefully be put to good use in the future. What do we think, friends? Turning to the party.
Just rocking back and forth. Goldenrod.
He's like-
Reward,
No, it's mine. There it
reward,
is.
reward.
Outside right now. So
We're me and Ink, you're just chanting.
He's just like, huh, got it. Well, and then at this point, John will just nod and be like, "Yes, it's under control. You won't be dealing with this." And he's like, "Well, yeah, alrighty. Then that's about solves it then." And he turns behind him to grab the gem. And then he hands it over to. It is a large gem. This one it's the fish scale. It's a fish scale, like a crystalled fish scale, and he hands it to you. Needles. He hands it to
Oh, hands it to me.
Mhm.
oh,
Can I have a bunch of spell slots left for first level. Not a bunch, but I have some. I will cast Identify, spending an action, I believe.
Yep.
Now that I can touch it.
All right.
No, it's 1 minute, so I guess I would go to do it quickly, and then now everybody just sees me zoning out, looking at the crystal.
Eyes
for exactly
slightly
1 minute.
rolled back.
Reward.
And that's right, because you have that the pearl. You got it from the
Yes.
goblins. Yeah.
Little stumpy.
Yeah, a little stump specifically, yes. So yes, this is the crystal, the fish scale crystal. When paired with the goldenrod, you are able to fish in any water as though it were like an ocean. So meaning as long as you even have like a puddle or a cup of water, you can make an attempt to catch Moldy Goldie. and or just catch regular fish. As well as too, you get access to it's technically Vine Whip.
Oh, I see. Like you can use
But- Yeah.
the line to reel people in and such.
Yeah, but instead of because I think Vine Whip is slashing. Let's see. Oh, it is still piercing. It's for this. It's also piercing, but instead of a vine, it's a magical fishing rod comes out. And if you have the fishing rod itself equipped, you have advantage on the attack.
Is it attuned or is it not attuned?
It is. It's the gem itself needs attunement, but the fishing rod does not.
So to get the full effects, you will have to take up one attunement slot.
Yes.
I will convey that to my party. It seems rather useful. It's hard to get hungry if you can fish out of any body of water. That's quite the useful skill. I am not particularly interested in Moldy Goldie myself. It feels like a myth, but for any of our party members, and I will give the scale to Enki, I believe, who has the rod right now.
Yeah. Oh, and something I should specify as well. As long as you are large or smaller, you could also use it to pull yourself 10 feet closer to something.
Oh shoot! I got a
convey that as
grappling
well.
hook.
Mhm.
Holy crap!
With a range of 30 feet.
Nice.
We follow you best fisherman.
No, it's all about finesse. You have no finesse. It's all about terrain.
Are you attuning to it, Enki?
Sure. How does that work?
So it just takes one of your attunement slots. But while you're attuned to it, you have those abilities.
Okay. How many attunement slots do I get?
I think 3, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Can I like unattune it later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a cursed item. Cursed items you stay attuned to.
Okay. So it's just like enchanted gear. You have to.
Yeah.
You can only have so many.
Well,
Alright,
some
yeah,
enchanted gear
yeah.
doesn't require attunement, so you could have more than 3, but usually it's like a weaker enchantment if it doesn't require it.
Okay. So like 3 main, like 3 rings or something. With
Yeah,
powerful
yeah.
diamonds, yeah.
3 powerful gear slots and then unlimited other gear slots. Just think
Mhm.
about it like that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
that-
there's certain, if you're the armorer class for artificer, you can get you get like I think 4 or something like that, and you get more and then like when you level up you get more.
At level
That's
20, they get 6.
yeah,
Something crazy
something
like that.
yeah, because they can count each separate piece of body armor as a piece of armor to enchant rather than just the body armor as a whole.
Oh.
So like you can put an enchantment on gauntlets and put an enchantment on like chest plate. Anyway, sorry, I diverge. Real quick, and I'm just gonna give it to your X. Gonna give it to you. If we Thorn. Oop, that's not how you spell Thorn. There we go. Nope. Yes. Cool. Give it a second. Thorn Whip. Is that not? Wow. All right. Whatever. I'll just put it in here. Well, yeah. Here. It's the. I guess you could just use this as a regular weapon. You could use that as dex or with casting. So I guess you wouldn't have to use your spellcaster. You could just use your dex.
I'm sorry, you cut out for me. What did you say?
Do you have the golden fishing rod?
I see something open. I don't see any of the stuff though.
There we go. Yeah, you can count it as a weapon, and you can use your dex.
Nice. It's all about finesse.
So it's a D6. Yeah, D6. And then since you're rogue, I'll go ahead and let it. If you use it though as a spell, so using for you would be int instead of dex, then it will have the cantrip dice, so it'll be increased. But it won't have the dex to. It won't have the additional damage modifier to it.
Okay.
Oop, put that wrong. There we go. It's piercing. There we go. Oh, and I need to give it a reach of 30. There we go. And here's the description for it. There you go. And then I'll put it in if you're using it as a spell later.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, let's see, what's your intelligence at? Yeah, you're probably going to use this dex for now. All right.
This is the plan.
That is that. So now that you have that, and you've attuned, and he's like, well, is there anything else we can help you out with? You don't have to be here for Nala curing people. If you want to wait for her to get here, that's fine. Or
I
shoot.
do have a
I'm gonna
question.
have a cup
I
of
do
water,
need to
dude.
be here for her to cure my pseudo dragon.
Oh, yeah, you can do that if you wish. And, yeah, here's a mug of water for you on the house. And he hands you some water.
I'm just gonna go in the corner and just put a fishing rod in it.
Before he does that, Mr. Binns, if he happens to catch this moldy Goldie figure, is that dangerous for your inn?
Nope, should be fine.
What is moldy Goldie?
Oh, you haven't heard the legends?
I've only heard bad things.
Oh, bad things about Moldy Goldie in the legends. Oh no, old Moldy Goldie, she gives you a wish.
A wish.
Yeah.
How good a wish?
Well, I couldn't tell you. It's a wish, I guess.
Like a 9th level wish, a 6th level?
Yeah. The legends just say you catch the fish, you get the wish. It's old Moldy Goldie. Though no one's ever caught the darn thing, so I couldn't tell you from experience.
Did I get like a rates chart for the odds of catching moldy Goldie?
Yeah, no, he's I don't know, no one's ever caught it.
No, asking with identify, do I have any idea how likely it is?
For the no, because it's specifically the item itself. The item itself doesn't necessarily say I have an X chance of catching something.
I have a 0.2% chance of catching moldy Goldie.
But it is able to go fishing, and she could be caught in that body of water.
Is there some sort of premium currency involved with this, like a cash shop or?
Gotcha.
You mean like you pay? No, you just, or actually, that's true. It's the spell. It's like, nope, you just toss it in the water. Toss it in the water, and you're able to catch it. Just need water available.
Is there any double XP weekends?
Nope. Again, you can just, whenever you want, you just put the rod in and you go fishing. Any body of water.
Is Moldy Goldie an SSR or?
You know, it's a fish that grants wishes. And again, I'm just an identify spell. I'm specific on this rod.
Identify spell as conscious.
Yeah. It's like, look, it's
To be
just...
fair, Needle's identify spell might be conscious.
Yeah. Like, for the identify spell, it's like a holographic Needles that's doing it. And, like, discussing things about the, it's like a faceless Needles. But it looks like a pixie, similar to his frame, is motioning over to the item and describing it. It's like, Yes, so you see here, this item is used for... you can fish in any body of water. As well as it lets you yank opponents close to you, or pull yourself up.
I did just give the rod or the crystal to Enki because he had the rod. We don't have anybody in our group who is a particularly keen fisherman, do we?
I'll be the best fisherman in the west. Or east. From the ticket. Nobody really fished there, so I am the best.
Fair.
And
Do
if
you-
nobody's speaking up, I suppose it's fine if Enki keeps it. I'm not a fisherman myself.
Bartholomew is a fisherman.
Well, you'll have to go and gamble with it. Gamble over it with Enki then.
Classic
Myra.
rock, paper, scissors. Well, precious. Precious rod.
I got shot for this rod 4 times.
that
That is kind of
is true.
You just bring it all to yourself, though.
Bartholomew wants it on the weekends.
Joint custody. Avalon, is Avalon still outside?
I want
So I,
rock
wa-
support.
I started walking towards John Williams' house.
Gotcha.
Oh, you were going over there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Hawk's with us on the in-floor, just Severance that went upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to remember who was where.
Yep.
And there are 2 Avalons for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Here, I'll get rid of this one.
Yeah, this was the old one.
Yeah. Because that was the one that had both Terra and Avalon in the same box. All right. And so, yeah, does anyone else in the inn discuss anything? Otherwise, we'll jump to Avalon at the house.
Mr. Williams, you don't happen to have a way of reversing your affliction, do you?
I'm gonna be entirely honest. No. I can
Apologize,
undo
go
it
ahead.
if I've done it within most within 30 minutes, but after that it's pretty set in stone, if you'll forgive the pun.
I will not. And I'm glad Severance isn't here to have heard you say that.
Shit.
I would be careful around Severance.
Okay.
The rest of them seem less tentative, but and again, this is only to him in his head. Severance seems particularly dubious. If you want to keep your life, I would be a bit more polite to our robot friend
Yes.
and be quite forthright with your dealings with illithids.
Got it.
We will be investigating that, I'm sure, at some point, and that's all I have to say for him.
And he'll just be like, all right, got it. And with that, Avalon, you go to the house. The keys to the house, it's locked. The door is locked.
I have the key.
Oh, you have the key. So
'Cause
then,
remember we took it from
that's
him.
right,
when
you
we were
did
in.
take it from him. Yeah, you, with the key, you open the door to his house.
Can I check to see if it's trapped first?
That you can. Never a bad idea. Go ahead and roll.
Perception?
Yeah, that's gonna be a perception check. All right. So you open the door and you note there seems to be a tripwire, but on closer inspection, go ahead and make an Arcana roll for me.
Ooh.
You are
Uh,
or is this? Are you sticking with this roll, or are you going with a?
I'll use the MS version.
Okay, so go ahead and re-roll that. All right then. Yeah. Unfortunate thing to have a nat 20 on. But a nat 20 is still a nat 20. It's nice. So you know that it was rigged with an alarm spell. So that way, if someone were to come into his house, he'd get alerted, potentially. Now, this isn't something that he cast, as when you look, you do see, because just to help out with the 23 a little bit, you do see 3 scrolls that seem to be scrolls of alarm.
Oh, okay.
So he was
Just
just purchasing the ability to cast this.
Just kick it over and over again and annoy him.
Ding, 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 ding. It's like someone who's opening and pressing
Yeah.
the doorbell over and over again.
I'm going to just step on the tripwire on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and then just enter his house and just look around.
All right. So the first floor is, fairly standard, but let me take you over.
Oh.
And oops, I forgot. I need to delete this because he is not here. Hup. And hup. And let me drag. Are you able to see the screen yet or no?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's just shown to everyone. So yeah, you show up, and so on the first floor there's regular house, has a study, stuff like that. You do find the basement down here with, oh lord, do we need more pixels? As well as a variety of statues in the basement.
Is the basement? Oh wait, basement's on the same floor? Or
Nah,
they just-
it's a. There's just nothing. I don't have a map for the main floor.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a standard house.
Oh, okay.
And then when you're in the cellar, that's where things are a little bit different, as there are a lot of statues in the area, and you do see another bowl. It is not fully carved just yet, but it is in the works.
But it's like the same bull that we just dealt with, correct?
Yes, and I believe you had a nat 20 while investigating it. Yes, it was a private roll, but
Yeah.
so based on the knowledge that you got while studying it earlier, you will say that this is almost complete. It's just lacking some kind of whatever mechanism breathed life into it. Like the mechanisms itself, even though like it's not fully chipped off in certain areas, functionality wise, all it needs is whatever power source it received previously, or whatever breathed life into it.
Okay. I would like to investigate, like if there's any bookshelves to look to figure out if I can figure out the power source and like can take control of it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a I think this might have been established already. You did see it respond, they respond to the voice of John Williams.
Right. Ooh, then. Well, I want to look, investigate first, and then if I can't find anything, I would like to use my actor feat.
Nice. Go ahead and make a investigation roll. Yeah, so as you look around, you do find, because he had the note on his person, you do see a ledger book, and this ledger book does seem to have a combination of like sales that he's made and others that it was just recorded as lost inventory. Lost inventory seems to happen, on a relatively regular basis. And that seems to be consistently humanoid statues.
Oh. I would like to pocket that book.
Gotcha. And along from, as well as that, yeah, that's all that you find. Well, and also too, we'll just say like in loose change, like, well, actually, shit, he does have in this room as well. I'd say with a 19 investigation, you'd also notice as you're looking around the room, he does have a vault.
Oof. Hmm.
As he's looking at the vault, do we fade to black and then John Williams is freaking out about his alarm going off?
Yeah.
I didn't please do that first.
Yeah. We'll fade over to the group in the bar. Just like he's like, guys, if I'm not allowed in my house, is it too much to ask that people don't rob my house? Please.
Did Avalon tell us that he was going over there, or did he just leave?
No, I went like as soon as you guys went into the inn, I kind of like stopped outside the door, and then like kind of because I thought of doing that while you guys were gone, of just going to his house and seeing what's there.
Gotcha.
But I just left without telling anyone.
Got it.
So as far as we're aware right now, his house is getting robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Did needles come up to the rooms as well?
No, I think it was just an aside. I think at the.
I would have been watching Enki to see what was happening with the rod,
Mm-hmm.
and then talking to John. I don't know if anybody else went to meet with Severance while Avalon was investigating.
I just got back, so I'm going to head down to the bar area.
Gotcha.
Since I'm hearing noises coming from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Enki's in a corner with a cup of water, fishing out of it,
Yeah.
And
and the rest of us are watching.
You're totally gonna get moldy goldie from there.
Anki, go ahead and roll a d20.
Alright.
Oh, and it's with goldenrod, so it's with advantage. So roll a second one. All right. So you get a bite. Go ahead, and as you're trying to reel it in, go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage.
That's where you get like a large mouth bass out of a cup of water. That'd be funny.
So it's with advantage, so that is a nat 20. So you are able to just rip this, this is like a marlin, and you're able to just, it's like double your size, and you just yank this man, or this fish, right out of the cup. And it slams right onto the floor after you pull it up. And make a dex save for me real quick, as it does splash some water around a little bit as you yank it out of there. Okay.
How big is this cup?
So you are able to stop the cup from spilling up too much water. So you could put the fishing rod back in, and you do feel like with the size of the fish, I don't know, you have a good feeling about potentially this next one.
Why don't you get a shark?
I'm due for something big, boys. I'll put the fishing rod back in and continue fishing.
Yep, so go ahead.
Can I call for the guy? Be like, hey, check this out. You want to make us a meal or something?
To Gregory?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barkeep.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, sure. You know what? You catch it, I'll fry it. And he like takes the marlin and starts descaling, and prepping it to cook for you. And he's like, well, I'll cook up whatever I can for a good meal, and then if we have any left, I can try to turn them to provisions for you.
I sure do love water cup marlin. Oh,
yeah. You do note that after you pull it, it does seem like the water that you had there might be a bit salty now. So maybe you don't want to drink it.
That's a good question. With my identify, do I get the sense that this might be tapping into the plane of water or something along those lines?
Yes, you'd be aware that this does seem to be some kind of planar shifting.
Okay, that's actually dope.
A
All right, I will
water.
explain that to everybody. Yes, just so you're aware, that is an extraplanar fish that you just caught. Shouldn't be an issue. But
Just like home. You know, back in the day, something similar happened to me.
Or at
was
the
a nice
very
place.
least, if it's not in another plane, it's like a portal to another part of this plane,
Some sort of
similar to how one would
conjuration
get
effect.
access to another plane.
right. Okay.
So still some kind of portal-ish behavior. And okay, with the 21 you kept it in. So do you go back this time for when you're fishing, instead of just rolling a d20 with advantage, make attack rolls. So like click on the golden fishing rod that I have in your inventory.
Mhm.
Well then, didn't even need that buff. There's the nat 20 right there.
Okay.
Give me an
I mean,
athletics check.
You did say there's a good feeling.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
I guess is the athletic choice already with advantage?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. If it's not with advantage, I assume one of your allies would be willing to help.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Glorb to help him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Glorb, my finesse isn't working.
Yeah,
What
just
you
pick
should
him up
really
and pull.
say is Bartholomew's gonna help. Bartholomew's the fishing guy.
Oh, that's so true. Bartholomew's the one who knows how to drive boats.
Bartholomew.
Don't forget that to add to your proficiencies, that specifically Bartholomew does have proficiency with naval craft.
Okay.
Uh,
But yes, I'll help.
because I do recall you got a nat 20 on that.
I did.
Yeah, so that's just your boy discovering. Yep, I am proficient. Yes, I am. So yeah, Enki, you start pulling
It's
at this, and everyone sees a bright glow come from this cup as Enki just putting a bunch of fight into it. Glorb, you kind of grab him and help pull him as you pull out a shining golden goldfish. That seems to be kind of like, I don't know, like a 3 feet. What is that? 3 feet? 3 feet long? Yeah. But as you pull it out, it seems initially 3 feet, but then it shrinks to a size of which it fits in the cup of water you pulled it out of. And so now it is a golden goldfish, the size small enough to comfortably fit in this cup of water. As it looks up to you and goes, "Hi, welcome. Wow, it's been a while since I have never been caught, actually. Congratulations on catching me. So as the fish who grants a wish, I can grant you one wish. Now, admittedly, my magic's not as unlimited as I might want, but I can grant a wish to the best of my abilities."
While Enki's considering, I cast detect magic.
How the fuck did you
Wait,
get the
hold on,
SS far?
hold on. I zoned out. Did he cast moldy gold
Yeah.
from a cup of water?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what just happened. Yeah.
No one has caught it, and now we just caught it already.
Somehow got the 20. Like.
No wonder
Just-
Christopher Dawkins couldn't catch it. He wasn't fishing in the right area.
Literally, the second attempt.
Oh my god,
Jeez.
our luck is great today.
So, the way that this can work mechanically, unless there was something specific that you had in mind, you can either get a rare item for every a rare or lower a rarity item for every member of the party, or a very rare item for just yourself.
Ooh.
And here is a list of item rarity. If there's if there's also like a feat that you might want your character to have, you can make a wish related to that. Or if there's something else I haven't described, you can ask her it, and she'll respond according to whether she can or not.
Okay, I already looked at like almost all the feats. Like the only one I actually kind of liked was like the one I have
Mhm.
actor. I can give myself a freaking flying carpet. What?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking at very rare,
Yep.
bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So don't get you guys.
He's like, this one's for me.
Well, while Enki's deciding on his wish, I cast Detect Magic.
Yes. With Detect Magic, you see that this has divine, like there's definitely some divinity magic here. There is, let me just double check here. It's divine alteration. Here, hold on. Schools of magic. I just need to double check this really quick to make sure I'm getting it right. I just need to look at all of them in the one spot. God, come on. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Come on. Okay. It's illusion, divination, and transmutation.
Sorry, did you say illusion was one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Demon armor.
Is Enki sort of just thinking, mulling it over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Pulling
at
out
the
the
stuff
fish.
now too, and I just see like why the fuck is there a cartoon hole, portable hole, a black cloth?
That one's it's pretty useful.
That's dead has Looney Tunes that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something even better. I don't know if it's within the range you can get, but there is paint. Actually, this might not be canon. That might just be Critical Role.
Mm.
You know, Chef, is the paint the actual Looney Tunes paint? Is that just a Critical Role thing, or is that an actual magical item?
I think it's just a critical role, but a lot of stuff that is critical role, they end up making kind of legit as well.
Anyway,
So,
it's literally Looney Tunes paint for anybody. It can make things real. It can make holes in walls, right? And you just have to paint the exterior visuals.
and was it that, or was it?
It looks like a real magic item. Basic Rules 2014. It's called Marvelous Pigments. It is very rare.
Ah, good.
It is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right there. This motherfucker. Did he roll?
Just
Well, to be fair, with advantage, it's not that rare.
Yeah. But it's just funny because he kept getting like nat ones, and then now he gets.
yep, and now
the
just immediate, just boom, boom, boom. Jesus Christ.
Can I would just like to like imagine my guys like, Greg, I need your thought. I need help.
He
That-
was too, just
That's
like
why it's funny to me.
yeah, he's just like like craned over in a corner, just huddled and like arching his back and everything, just over this cup. Everyone else is like, all right, let's talk about the hostage. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna go fishing.
I got more booty.
And then he does it. It's like the crackhead at the gas station was like not on crack. He was just insane, but legit.
Doing the
I'll take
walls.
I'm gonna at least look at the rare ones. Dagger Venom. Ooh.
Yeah, I see a lot of help. I actually do see a lot of helpful things that would probably help a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon
While
Slayer.
Enki's discussing that, can I cast Identify on the fish? Will it allow me to touch it?
I
I will
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. I'm caught. I mean, I assume that's not your wish, right? You're just asking if you can touch."
I assume Enki gets the wish, not any of us. Sure.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. That he is the one who caught me. That's true as well. But like, I'm just
I'm
trying to
just
let you know I'm
asking as a
not a
friend.
genie, because I know like
Full of-
if you hear a wish, it wouldn't be a bad thing to question if it's going to act like a genie wish, but this isn't that.
I'm just curious. But yes, if she'll let me
Yeah, sure, by all means.
identify her.
Yeah. Although I do believe...
Yeah, if you insect a creature, you just know what spells, if any, are
Yeah.
currently affecting it. So
Yeah.
I just want to know if there are any spells.
So, yes and no. So there is magic affecting her, but it's not necessarily a spell. So you do know conjuration, some kind of conjuration magic is affecting her. Make an Arcana roll for me.
Is this something I could ask for the Moon Maiden's guidance on? Or is this just happening in my head too quickly to...
I'll just say for the sake of, you can go ahead and do guidance. Because I'll say that Severance, if he's in the room and willing to give guidance, he could clock that you're up to something and then cast guidance on you.
Yeah, sure. Give yourself guidance.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and
Like
add
Gaia.
the guidance to it. All right, so that is a dirty 19. So with a 19, and also like unfortunate roll. But rolling a 7. 7's not too bad. Anyway, so 19 total. It does seem like there is some kind of conjuration magic that is altering her form. Not necessarily to her will, but something else has altered her form against her will. So this is not her true form.
Shape changer-esque?
Sort of. I will say with the 19, you're able to glean that spells that traditional spells that undo shape changing won't necessarily work.
Okay, because I was just going to ask Severance to cast Moonbeam.
Yeah. No, you're right, exactly.
Severance.
So you know that Moonbeam wouldn't necessarily, but it is still something that higher level magic might be able to solve. So like a wish spell or something along those lines could also return her
Are
to
you
her
saying
form.
Enki could wish... Well, I will convey it to everybody. Well, actually, first, before conveying anything to anybody, Mrs. Goldie,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Miss,
but I'm not that old.
Miss Goldie, are you being negatively affected by someone's magic? Perhaps forcing you into a form that is not your original form?
Maybe. I'm gonna be honest, the only thing I have memories of is coming up from the water.
Just now?
Yep.
I immediately, well, unless Enki's ready to ask something, I don't want to keep interrupting, but I do, or if
There's so
anybody else
many
wants to ask
things.
questions.
Yeah.
Anybody else can talk to the mysterious...
Yeah, there is no combat
Magical
going
fish.
on, so feel free to chime in at any time. If there is ever a time-specific thing, then we can throw up the initiative order and we'll roll initiative, so don't worry about that.
Moldy Goldie. Moldy. Would I get would Bartholomew or Glorm get sick if we were to eat you? Cause moldy.
Oh no, that's just like a name, cause like from the children's books, cause moldy, Goldie. I know it's kind of dumb, cause like you said, yeah, well, if a fish gets moldy, it's actually gonna be in terrible health. But so that's why it's like my name is Moldy, but also still a really rough first name, isn't it? But anyway, no, I don't actually have mold in me, so if you wanted to eat me, you could do that. I wouldn't recommend wasting your wish on stuff to make me taste good. I mean, if that's your wish, so be it, but I don't think I'd taste any differently than an ordinary fish. So any way you might cook a fish, that'd probably work for me.
Okay.
But
Do I get the sense...
oh yeah, no, go ahead.
No, if Moldy Goldie was going to say something, she can say something.
Oh yeah, she was just gonna say like, but yeah, no, I'm happy to help you out with that.
So I was just going to ask, is there a time limit with this? Does it feel like this is gonna run out, or it's just when he asks the wish, is she gonna disappear or die or horrible events? Or
Yeah.
with my identify, is there any
That's a scary thought.
With
time limit stuff?
make an investigation roll.
This is why we need Solo in the group, man. Needle's out here asking the real questions, actually
I'm just
thinking
worried
about stuff.
we're gonna get bit by something. This is a 7 again. I could.
God.
That's right, man.
That's
It is
insane.
true.
Oh, you know what though? You still got guidance. You still got guidance.
The free wish is fishy as fuck. So yeah, I could see that.
Good guidance.
Wow, literally the same roll.
That's good.
So with a 19 investigation, you realize like the hook isn't in Moldy Goldie at the moment. She's just in the water. And from what you were able to glean last time, it seemed like as long as the fishing rod is not in the water, that seems to be what activates this portal shenanigans shit that causes things to go away. So unless you guys find a way to send her back, the fish is gonna be, you got it.
I don't want the dancing sword.
Did I get the sense that if he makes a wish that she would disappear?
No, it seemed like she would actually still be here.
Oh
Just
hell yeah!
not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know anything about more wishes or anything like that.
Mhm.
I guess we could just ask.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just one wish, no other conditions.
No, well,
print.
it is specific to, it's just, you know, whoever catches me gets the wish. But yeah, no, after that, because again, I understand, you know, you get a wish, you think genies are assholes about it. I think there is technically a type of genie that's actually good and doesn't do at least painful things with the wishes, but still might make it slightly wrong. Or like not wrong, they do the shit where they like, oh yeah, no, I didn't, how am I supposed to know? Like with common sense, man, with common sense. Sorry. Anyway, no, I'm capable of rational thought. If you make a wish, I'm not gonna like give you a sword through your sister's head or something like that as a way to give it to you. Like they'll do that. They're weird. But I don't know what sick twisted pleasure they get out of that, but no, I'm not doing that to you. I'm here to give you a wish. Wishes ought to be fun and beneficial, not, you know, some weird way of punishment.
And what exactly happens to you after the wish?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to give another one. You could try to get me back in the water, but it's really hard to catch me, so there's no guarantee you'd see me again. And there's no guarantee that I'd have, you know, the power to grant another wish by that point. It's gonna use quite a bit of my energy. But again, I'm just speaking from what I think will happen. I've never actually done this, at least not to my knowledge, because again, my memory kind of started from the point at which you pulled me out of there. But yeah. Does that answer your question?
Vaguely.
Okay.
If we just didn't make a wish for months or years on end, would you just maintain that ability to do so and
well,
survive as a fish?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and even if you do make the wish, because also again, no rush. This isn't like you have to make the wish now. You can keep me along with you. I seem to be able to adjust my size to whatever container has the water in it. So if you have like a way to put a top on this mug, because actually I still have sort of access to that plane of which I came from, at least to the point where it's, you know, I can go off and do stuff. I don't have to like listen into whatever your conversations are. I can swim back into the water, wherever the weird magic zone that I came from, and then if you just kind of give it a good shake, call me up, because, you know, I still owe you that wish. So if you call me up, I'll come up and grant it. But again, still has to be for this gentleman here. And actually, I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, the guy who caught me. You know, if I'm going to grant you a wish, I should probably know your name, right?
I am the famous Enki Flamel.
Oh, pleasure to
Known
meet
throughout
you.
the ticket.
Oh, and you're from... Hold on one second.
The thicket, yes.
Think he's famous?
And you see her furrow her brow for a moment and go, huh, Yeah, well, that's weird. But oh, good to meet you, Enki.
Immediately she was having that moment, I would have cast Detect Thoughts. I've been waiting for her to do something weird.
Mm-hmm. With
There's
detect
one action.
with detect thoughts. Yeah, so you see it's almost like you are in a room that is like a wide open museum with like marble walls and pillars, but it is empty. It is just all white and empty, and you see frames of where there might be images, but they are stripped from whatever painting might previously be there.
Can I
And
try to pry deeper, or is that the most I get?
you can go ahead. It
I think
makes
she
a
makes a saving
save.
throw. Yes.
What's the
Which
save?
might be high. It is 16 for me currently.
And this is something they can choose to fail, right?
I would tell.
I don't know if it says it in the
Yeah.
spell specifically.
Da, da, da.
I might still
Skills
just
in
rule it
insight.
that they can. I'm gonna just see. Oops. Oh, okay. Well, I rolled a 2 regardless. So, unless it's a plus 15 modifier, that's gonna be a fail. So regardless, she fails the save, and you are able to go in further. And it's almost as though you are like walking through the halls, and you hear just an echoing, a resonance of emptiness, and you hear at the end of the hall, you see her thoughts of this current situation, and just frustration that she feels like there's something that she should be remembering that she can't. You see a blurred image of a humanoid that, due to the blurriness of it, you're not able to make out its figure. But it's a young woman staring up at a blank spot within the museum where a painting could go, and just furrowing her brow with her arms crossed, glaring at this emptiness.
I don't know what to choose.
Can
man.
I? So I am currently like having a mind palace while Enki's
Yeah.
having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Can I interact
many
with this
zeros from your
individual?
bag?
I don't know how literal this mind palace situation
Yeah.
is.
So you are able to speak to people through their minds, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Miss Goldie, is there anything I could do to help you recall what was in this image? If I gesture to it, are we like inside her head right now, or is this
Yeah.
just like a metaphorical thing?
So this is kind of a metaphorical, but it's like kind of like how you're reading her thoughts. But so the sensations that you might be feeling and hearing aren't truly there around you, but you are still experiencing them in the sense that you are listening to her mind. But you do note this is a unique experience. You don't normally get this kind of thing when you're...
Yeah, no, John Williams didn't have like his own mind palace.
Yes.
Bartholomew might have, but not John Williams.
This is... Well, even with Bartholomew, it felt more kind of just like a cluster. This is... And with times that you may have done this spell before, this is a very unique experience. And so... I'm so sorry, you'll have to repeat again. What did you try to say? Oh, you said, is there any way we can help you remember? So she turns, and you hear back in your head. She says it, but the words sound as though they've been spoken to you, even though you know it's just you listening to her mind. As you hear her turn and go, I'm sorry. If there was some way to get my memory back, I think there was something important. I think I was looking for someone.
You're looking for a prince, perhaps.
And as you say that, a little bit of the picture begins to form. And you see the face of a young boy, and the hand of an the figure that is standing here, and the hand forms on the shadow as you're able to see a feminine hand that seems to be almost like it's possibly elvish, hard to tell just from the hand itself. And it's the same hand that is holding the hand of this young child in regal clothing that you see on the painting.
I still exist in this spell does only last for a minute, so I do want to
Yep.
remind you just
Yep.
in case. Like, is this?
Yep.
Do I still have more time, or is this sort of like I'm out?
You do, because of technically speaking, this is all happening a lot quicker than I'm describing it. So I'd say you'd probably have, if we were to go initiative order kind of thing, because we do conversation weird, right? Where it's like a short conversation, 6 seconds kind of thing. So you would have, I'd say, 30 seconds left. Unless you wanted to cast it again.
Right, and I do have 3rd level spell slots, but I would want to converse with allies before that. But I will. You don't happen to be royalty, do you, Miss Goldie?
And she looks at the painting and looks back to you. And it's like, I'm sorry.
Do I
wish
recognize her
could remember.
voice?
Um,
Like just before we came here?
Yeah, make a. I hate to say it, but I think it's perception. It's either a perception or a history.
History sounds great to me.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be perception, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it seems good.
That's the best roll.
Yeah. It's hard to
Well,
say.
I have more spell slots, and we have friends with better perception.
Yep,
so,
but yeah. So I got nothing. It's a 0. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know any name of anybody from royalty, whether it's the queen or the prince or anybody else.
I feel like you probably would have, just from living. Make a history check with disadvantage. So with a 12, so you were not super involved with politics and such, but it's hard to be a citizen, even though you weren't like a true citizen of Bern. You were essentially a citizen at one point. If nothing else, you were you had, a worker's visa. Well, I don't know if it's how much of a worker's visa it is, given how you got there. But regardless, you were still living in Bern. So anyone living in Bern would still know about, there was a crown. So there was the king, the queen, the son who wasn't really seen in public eye. And there was at one point a princess who is, the public is not sure what happened. Just at some point she disappeared. There was no official statement in regards to her. But so there are rumors of most rumors are she passed of an illness, and people believe it might be the same illness the prince now has.
Did I get a name from that, or just mysterious princess?
The name of the princess is Ava, and the prince's name is Aiden.
Is there a last name for the royal family?
So as of right now, it's the crown holder, so it passes on, I believe. So this is something I'm not as confident on, and it'll take me too long to flip through the notes, because it's on a separate note page. But I believe Queen Sabile and the family takes the last name. So even though Sabile is her first name, like, it's the crown lineage, so technically it'd be Ava Sabile and Aiden Sabile. And then once whoever became the crown, if Ava's passed, then it'd be Aiden. So King Aiden, and then his family would be like Prince blank Aiden.
Right.
Alright, I think I have my wish.
It's that or like a
This is all happening pretty
stereotypical
fast.
elf name.
Yes, as you're determining your wish, Enki, you do see Needles and Moldy Goldie staring at each other from the fish,
Yes, very intensely.
and nobody knows what's going on inside the head, but
No.
it is happening pretty quickly. But
Mhm.
before Enki makes the wish, you don't happen to recognize the names Ava Sabine or be looking for someone named Aiden Sabine, do you?
And she is going to make a history check with disadvantage, but you
Can I
can
do
use the
something to
help
help?
action. Yeah. So I think you saying this can also kind of count. Or, oh, but you don't have like an image. Yeah, we'll still say it's enough to be the help action. Let's give it a try. So before I say the results, the roll was a 5. That's not accounting for
Already clicked it
modifier.
down. Go again.
Okay. Because you can use your DM inspirations if you wish as well.
Yeah, I'll drain them
for-
if I need to.
Okay, gotcha. Let's try that again. And actually, I'll put it in front of you. So with modifier, that is a 16.
Damn.
I have 2 more. You have to keep the new roll, right?
So I'm as long as you don't have disadvantage, you keep the higher one. It's
Keep
not
the
like
higher
luck.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it down one more time. Like I said, I'll drain myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend the last one.
And then
18, or that was no, sorry,
yeah,
17.
17. So yeah, you do see more of the painting form as you say that, and the whole painting forms, and it is young. Let me pull up the image here. There we go. In a combination of the royal purple and Queen Sabile's personal green, is a young elf who stands before you looking at this image of, half elf specifically, of herself in the painting, holding the prince's hand, and as you see, it looks like he has scabbed his knee, and like she's applying some kind of ointment to it, and is comforting him. And she's like, "Oh, that's what I'm here for. I have to find him. My brother's out there. I can't help him like this." And as she says that, the spell wears off.
Right. Well, immediately in everybody's head, I will convey. Just so everyone's aware, I do believe that our little gold friend is, in fact, Princess Ava Sabine, and is also on the same quest as us, looking for Prince Aiden Sabine. And did I see? I'm going to use Silent Image to create a recreation of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Just a silent 10 by or 15-foot cube recreation of the picture.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I zoned out for a bit.
And
So show us and tell us.
Yes, I showed you. I told you.
Yes.
Explained everything.
All right, bet.
Zorb doesn't want to eat Moldy Goldie no more.
she's like, "Oh, I appreciate that."
May
Unfortunately,
I say my wish now?
yeah. What's your wish?
I wish for boots of speed.
All right, and then that is the very rare, right?
Very rare.
Okay.
Yep.
And so yeah, she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go." And boots of speed appear on your feet.
Are they real?
Yeah.
Well, it's already happened. I was going to suggest something, but
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Yep.
saying.
and she goes, what was that?
well, I was going to suggest that perhaps we alleviate the form you're currently in, but
Ah.
it seems our friend made a wish And that wish has been made. It is a good wish, and I'm sure will be helpful to all of us.
That's
Well-
in character. That's how.
And she's like, well, I really appreciate the offer for that. Well, I can stick around. I don't have enough magic power to grant a wish, but I do still seem to have some kind of magic in me that keeps me from getting hungry. So I can just kind of, if any of you have like a bottle or something I could go in, I could just hang out there, and if you need anything, if you find some way to help me get my memories back, I might be a little more help with advice and such.
Is it all right if we call you Ava?
Sure. That does sound weirdly familiar. That feels right.
It's- Yeah, when I was in her head, she seemed confident. Does she seem less confident now that the spell's ended?
Go ahead and make an. Well, okay. So I'm gonna have you roll an insight, but even if you quote unquote fail, okay, I was about to say, you're still able to tell, that she does seem to be like. It seems that what you saw in her mind might have more access to memories than she does. Like her subconscious might know a little more than her conscious.
Okay. And I did put the picture out in front of her
Yeah.
as well.
And like she sees it and she goes, "Oh, is that? Are you saying that's me?"
Fairly certain.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess if I am a princess, then surely I might be able to give some kind of information or something that
As
might
if
help
only
out.
we had some sort of wish that could quicken the process of overcoming your transformation, but that's all right.
Well, it's all right. I'm sure we'll figure something out. And I
knowing
don't even
the
have
group
my
happens-
memories, so I want something to help with the memories too.
Say, Goldie, what do you think you're gonna get your more magical power?
Probably in terms of like being able to grant a wish. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But if I have magical power normally, like as a princess, which it seems like I might be, then yeah, if I was able to return back to my regular form, I might be able to have access to whatever abilities I might have. But as of right now, I think I'm just kind of a fish that can change its size at will to, or well, not really at will, more so to fit in any container I might go into. Yeah.
That's a good question. I would try filling up a small test tube
Yeah.
vial thing that I have with water and see if she can change her size to the degree to fit in a small little tube.
Yeah, so as
have
you
to go
dip
deep.
the water or the vial into like this cup that she's in, she goes, "Oh, yeah, no, if this works better, you have a top for it and everything, sure." She swims, and as she starts to swim towards the vial, you can see her form begin to shrink to be small enough to fit into this vial.
Like a fairy sized test tube. So
Yes.
you have to squint to be able to see
Yeah.
a tiny speck of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is able to at least project her voice, it seems. So even while she's this small, when you pull her out, she can still chat with you, and he seems to be able
Do you
to
have
hear
to
you.
breathe?
And she goes, well, if we're thinking scientifically, right? Like fish need plants
Yes.
to be able to breathe in the water, and I don't have that. But I definitely think there's a lot of magic going on here, so I think that's just gonna account for breathing. Because I mean, again, I am a fish that's currently talking, so I do think I shouldn't be that surprised that I'm able to breathe. But it is still weird to, like, when you start realizing, you know, I need to breathe, and yet here I am. Because like fish don't have like the physical ability to speak unless it's magic, and I'm just kind of glubbing and just like a magic around me that's translating that. But yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Needles?
Yes, Glorb? Or Bartholomew?
Is that Moldy Ava?
Ava Sibyl, or perhaps Goldie is a nickname. I would drop the moldy part. That seems vaguely offensive to royalty.
Oh.
And she kind of squints and she's like, I don't know why. I just feel like just Ava should be fine.
Ava. Okay.
And what's your name? I don't know if Needles here referred to. Well, actually, I don't know if you're speaking just in his head, so she wouldn't actually hear how you referred to him if it was in his head.
Unless I say otherwise, I'm speaking to everybody's head, so
Gotcha.
they can just
Including
direct it at one
hers.
person.
Okay.
Yes, including hers.
And then you'll
Okay.
just specify if it's something that she doesn't hear. Got it. And then so she's like, oh, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Glorb and Bartholomew.
We should do introductions. Let's all get in a circle, including Mr. Binns and Mr. Williams.
And at this point, too,
Where's Avalon?
yeah, I was about to say, at this point, Avalon, give me like you saw the chest that was there, or the vault chest, that was there. Do you try to open the vault, or do you head back to the group?
I like to try to open the vault.
Yeah, make a thieves tool roll.
You're going to come back to the group with no hands. Gone.
And so, do you have Tara with you?
That's what I was about to ask. Is Tara able to come into the house?
Yeah, it's Tara's
Okay.
same size as you-ish, maybe slightly
Okay.
taller. So yeah, Tara, if you're okay with Tara being with you, Tara could use the help action.
Yes.
So with Tara's guidance, you are able to pick the lock of this of the vault. And meanwhile, as you guys are like having this conversation and everything, anyone who Severance, you could hear someone's, they're at the vault, come on guys.
All right, perhaps we can wait on introductions. Enki, you could probably get over there quite quickly, surely. If you wanted to show off.
Showing off. Ooh. I jump up, click my boots together, and I would like to. I don't need to use dash and stuff to go faster, do I?
You could if you wanted.
All right.
So
I
you
would like
already
to
have double
dash.
walking speed. With dash,
Double
that
walking
doubles it
speed.
again.
Dash.
So it's
and then I would like to cutting action to dash again.
so 30, double to 60, double to 120, double to 240. Got it. You're fucking zooming.
What is like an accurate depiction of how fast I'm going?
Just zoom. Oh.
And then,
I
and then
will-
as I arrive at the house, I'd like to click my boots together again to deactivate.
Yep. Gotcha.
I like saying the fast thing. I'm thinking of the SpongeBob meme where he's like, "Do you want to see me run to the boulder?
Yeah. Want to see me do it again?
Want to see me do it again?"
Yeah. Literally that.
And he
Um,
just doesn't move.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like he doesn't
Yeah.
move. Surely he actually did. Right?
Yeah. And so Enki, with this insane speed you have, you zoom up to the house, and you don't see any signs of like brutal entry, but like the door seems like it was opened with a key.
Yes.
The rest of us are sluggishly following.
Yeah. And
I march in.
you go in,
Yep.
and after a while of searching, you would go down. So you find 700 gold in this safe.
Ooh.
That you unlock. Do you take it?
Is that the only thing I see in the vault?
Yes.
Do we get there in time for me to whisper in his ear? Check.
You'll have a couple more seconds to decide. You do start hearing someone coming down the stairs into the cellar, or into the basement that you're in. So you have a couple moments to think before, but not much longer.
I just like take like 10 gold.
Gotcha. So you grab 10 gold and do you close the safe?
Yeah.
The vault. All right. And so you quickly close it, and the person who's coming down is Enki. Enki, you see Avalon standing by a vault. in this room. And oh yeah, let me take you to the room. And I'll just go ahead and take everyone here. Whee!
Ooh.
That looks like a battle arena.
What?
It really does.
What are you talking about?
Luckily, our guy's on 1 hit point, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
But yeah, so let me. So you're. It's man. Good lord, do we need more pixels? Anyway, so you're over here, and then Anki's here, and then Anki, you have a couple moments before the rest of the group catches up.
Do I see the gold?
So we
You
have
see the vault, but it's closed.
What's in the vault?
We have what I assume is the Wall Street Bull, a golden Buddha statue.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, and that is a Greek or Roman marble statue.
Is that Fat Michelangelo?
I think it's Michael Jackson.
No, not that one. The other one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
There you go. I think that might be a penis, so I'm not gonna make it bigger.
It's a leaf.
It's a leaf. Oh, good. And
I mean, with
it
the art style of statues in that time, even if it was a penis, it probably wouldn't be big enough to get you in trouble.
Oh, fair enough. Also,
Damn.
got him. Zing.
Is that
Plus,
how it works?
Plus, technically, it is.
Yeah.
I think Twitch TOS is, if it's in a game, which is this is technically a game.
Mm-hmm.
It could be argued,
Yeah.
as long as it's not like the main
Yeah.
As long as you're not getting railed, you're good.
Yep. I have definitely, while playing, when I first was playing Baldur's Gate, I didn't realize its
Oh, no.
default was naked. And like as a joke, I was gonna look at genitals and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" to like to update it. And I was like, "All right, never mind, not touching that."
Yeah.
But anyways, and it was fine, so I'm sure it's fine. All right. So Enki, you see the vault. You don't see necessarily gold. Actually, he's not here.
Ooh.
And so you show up. Do you say anything, or do you just kind of stand there?
I asked them what's in the vault.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So Avalon, do you respond?
Nothing much is in the vault. Is just an ordinary vault, really.
Does my character doubt them?
Enki, you could do a So I guess, because I guess you're technically not lying. You're just saying it's an ordinary vault. It's a vault of gold.
Yeah.
So Avalon, you can persuasion, or I don't know if deception really works here. So go ahead and make a persuasion, and then Enki make insight.
Ooh. Oh.
So Enki, you have no idea. Like and with the persuasion.
Right. It's like, oh.
Yeah, man. There's something in that vault. I can tell you that. There is something in that vault.
I mean, it's a vault. If you want to go check, you can go check yourself, but it's just a vault.
And with that, the rest of the group will now appear. And down the stairs. All right, so everyone is now here.
Does Mr. Williams sprint into the room?
Well, because you're still ratatouilleing.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
on his shoulder.
So unless you're
Wait,
telling him to
that's not
sprint forward, he's doing his best to try to go at the speed of which
So
you're telling him to.
I gave him the instructions to get to his house. So
Okay.
he can get there however he feels like.
All
I wanna
right,
see
so-
what his reaction is.
Yeah, so he's speeding. And then he shows up, and when it's you guys, he's like, "Oh God, it's like, oh man, come on, let a guy have some savings. Like, I get it, you could have killed me, but like, come on."
What's wrong?
Mr. Williams, how much money do you think all those people's lives are worth?
All right, you're right. Take it all.
Oh, really?
Let's do the math a little bit. Let's say that each life is worth 50 gold. Then how much gold do you owe us?
As he kind of make an intimidation check with advantage.
Where's my intimidation? Why is it so hard to find?
So 14, as he looks and he sees there's a certain book missing off of his desk, and he just goes, "Oh no." I don't have that kind of money.
Yes, let's not talk about who gets what. While you're working with us, you will behave yourself, and we will allocate to each person what they deserve. And for the time being, you won't probably get much, considering you'll be working off a very, very large debt.
Yeah, that
Fair?
that
And I'll pat
sounds
him on the head.
good.
I'm trying to be extra intimidating for Severance's sake to humiliate this guy.
Mhm.
And I'll give Severance a thumbs up.
And he's just like, yeah, and like, Severance, you can go ahead and give me an insight roll. Oh, Severance? Hello?
Magic Moon Robot. Report to headquarters.
Froze? Hello. Well, anyway, I'll just...
He's been lost to prayers.
The moon.
Yeah, he's caught up in prayer.
Did he get distracted by the moon outside now that it's nighttime?
Maybe he's just caught up in prayer. He is very devout. He is nothing if not devout.
Pretty sure we just sort of glazed over doing introductions with Ava, was it?
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, so that's true. You could look to Ava if you want to ask her, or well, she's in the vial, so.
I think, was it just a joke that Needles was making about just doing introductions?
Oh no, I was serious, but then we got interrupted by Avalon breaking into the vault, and John Williams started shouting about somebody being in his vault, so we all rushed off.
Yeah.
So we got interrupted before doing the introductions.
But you could do them now if you wanted. You just have to ask Needles to pull back out the vial.
Well, I would have put her in a place that's visible, so if I could like hang it off my belt.
Okay.
That I would have under my, or I guess I would have like a loose belt around the lab coat,
yeah,
potentially.
or something like that.
Just somewhere visible on my person.
Yeah,
so that
she
like
can see what's going on
there.
and such. Yeah. Then, in which case, you already could try to address her. Then, you can't really see her, but you know that if you speak in Needles' direction, you'll be talking to her. Because at this point, she is very small.
I fly up to you so you can see her.
Hawk's going to introduce herself as, under the name she took, Hawka Philicour.
And then, Severance, really quick, we're not able to... I don't know if we're able to hear, though. Did you hear the insight roll?
The 0 + 2.
That was Enki. I was asking for Severance to do an insight.
Oh. No, I've been spacing out. So
No worries.
Yeah, I was humiliating Mr. Williams for you, and
and
that's a good roll.
Oh, wow, yeah. So
Wow.
19. You are very much able to tell like he is devastated at realizing he's gonna not only lose all of his gold that he has, but also like he doesn't have a good argument to get it back. And he essentially realizes Needles has got him by the balls and is twisting a little bit. And there's nothing he can do about it. As he was like, oh god, I might have to like be an indentured servant for a while.
Reward.
did I have disadvantage?
No, it was regular, so it would have been the 19 plus 4. So it would have been the
Well,
I thought the
27.
stuff on the left was the default.
yeah, it's 23 plus 4. I don't know if you're seeing something different.
Yeah, you accidentally double tap, so maybe you're seeing the 11 plus 2, but it's the 23 plus 4 is what we got.
Oh, you're saying
but
base 19. Yeah, he's just saying the roll was 19 plus
Yeah.
your 4
Oh,
plus
base 19.
Yeah, it's base
Okay,
19. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the thing on
No,
the right.
no, and I see now. I just realized the 15, which is the 4 plus. So, yes, okay, I see where the confusion was. But no, it's 19 plus 4 plus the 4, so it's 23 plus 4, 27. And with a 27, you are able to see that this is a man who is realizing he's screwed and will probably be living for quite some time as an indentured servant, essentially. And he's like, ah, shit. And he's going to have to do it willingly.
I'm going to ask him if he is going to cut ties with any and all illithids from now until the future.
And he'll kind of look and be like, well, gotta be honest, I don't know how they handle failures to meet their expectations. So, yeah, I think after this, I don't think I got a gig anymore, and I don't think I want to risk if they're the type who make examples out of those who don't follow orders as well. So, I'm going to guess that by going with you guys and not giving them statues anymore, I'm going to assume that's a burned bridge. Maybe it isn't, but I don't think it is. And, I mean, you heard the guy. If I got to pay 50 gold per person I've turned into a statue and so
50 gold was an example. Do you value your own life at 50 gold, Mr. Williams?
I would
He's like, no, fine.
50 gold was the bare minimum. We can make discussions in a future date. Sorry, go ahead,
I
Sevens.
would like to cast Lesser Restoration on him and make the argument that we should let him keep a portion of his gold in case we do end up going separate ways at some point in time. He has something to rely on. Since it
I
seems
pull
like
out a singular gold piece and
Since
put
it
it in his
seems
hand.
like he
Don't
did
spend it all at once.
now that my character's calmed down, you can see that he really took those actions because he wanted to survive, and it was in desperate times. So
and he goes in response, he's like, I do appreciate it, but you can give me the gold after you kick me out. And he hands the gold back because he's like, because I'm gonna be honest, if we are to use this gold example, I hate to acknowledge it, but yeah, you're right. 50 gold's probably a little small in the sum. And also, frankly, at this point, I think my best chance of survival is going to be with you guys. So, and I'm also trying to do the whole surviving thing. So, yeah, no, if you guys want me around, you know what? Happy to help out. I'm going to do what I can. Yeah. And obviously, if you want to kick me out, I don't know. I think a gold is too generous. Just give me like 5 silver max, and then I'll be able to make do with it. I'll do what I can.
Lesser Restoration isn't a healing. It's to remove something.
Yes.
What healing do I have?
Cure wounds.
I have healing word.
And healing. Yeah, I don't know if you have cure wounds, but if you at least have healing word, that's a way to heal.
Both.
Cure wounds, if you're based on how you were phrasing it, like you're putting the hand on the shoulder kind of thing, you would probably want to do cure wounds just because that heals more. It does take in terms of combat, Healing Word is debatably better because it's a bonus action, so action economy wise, it's nicer. But in terms of like the dice that you roll to heal, Cure Wounds is better because it does require touch as well. So yeah, just roll a d8 plus 5. I'll have to put in the Cure Wounds.
So the second level
So it's
is
2d8, yeah.
1d8.
If you're doing it at second level, it's...
Wait, do I see him going to cast healing
Uh,
before he heals?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just an initiative table really quick if you want to try to stop him. Let's
Okay, I will roll initiative quickly to see if I can do something before.
Oh, I see the initiates.
and then
Severance, could you roll
so
initiative?
You're probably going to beat me.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Needles,
So before he heals, in
Glorb
your head,
just-
before as you're going, Severance, I'm glad you calmed down. I really am. But we worked really hard to bust this guy's balls to get him to be a little bit more well behaved. Healing him and being generous and kind doesn't seem like the best way to keep loyalty at the moment. We can be kind after he's completely scared out of his wits. Let's not be hasty.
All right.
Severance, you can make either an insight check or a insight or religion. I'll let you choose which one.
+3 in religion, +0 in investigation, +4 in
insight. Yeah,
We're going with insight.
insight. All right, so go ahead and roll insight.
I'm using a DM inspiration
Okay.
because I feel like this could be pretty important.
Yeah,
There
so
we
with
go.
Better.
a 23, it does seem like as you're like forgiving him a little bit, you don't heal him yet, but you are forgiving him. You think back to as well when he was moved by you guys making the big prayer to him and everything like that and blessing his shop. How like he kind of was like, hey, actually don't come over. And
Don't come to school.
yeah, and you do note that he does, part of this anguish that he has isn't, most of it is that he's going to be broke and he doesn't like that. There is some of it is repentant, as he is like a mirror has been put to his face and he is forced to see just exactly what he's been doing. And he's realizing the weight and gravity of what he's been doing this whole time. So while like it won't make him push him away to continue to be brutal, you do recognize that he is at this point it seems like he's wanting to be reformed. So it seems like he might stick with you regardless. Unless like genuinely you guys, cuz like when he was like, "Hey, unless you want to kick me out, like I'll stick with you."
I'd like to propose to Needles that we should keep him with us, but we should also not be as brutal as we are being, because it seems like he is genuinely trying to repent and be better.
And you said this out loud. I assume you don't have a way to cast
No.
silently. So to Mr. Williams, I'll say, look at that. You won over the scary moon robot. And I slap him on the cheek.
Yeah. And he's like,
and Glorb slightly, very lightly, kicks him in the nuts.
"All right, roll to hit."
So that's going to kill him. You know this,
No,
right?
no. It can be non-lethal. Is this non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Make him
Yes,
unconscious.
this is not
Yeah.
lethal.
All right, roll to hit.
Lightly, like it's not like a kill.
Yeah.
Are
Roll
you
to
trying
hit.
to do damage or just...
I'm just fuck with them.
Yeah. So roll to hit.
Isn't that guy made of stone? I don't think he's
What?
gonna...
Exactly. What are all the hit dice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no, not hit dice. Sorry, that's HP stuff.
That's HP stuff. Okay.
Click
what did I
like
hit?
a D20 and add, because you're not proficient with impromptu weapons. So just roll a D20. So just roll like a strength. Just click where it says strength on your character sheet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
just a flat strength roll.
Oh no.
All right, so that is an 11, which so you hit him, but again he passed the cup check.
Don't.
Uh,
Yeah.
as he's
I
like,
remember that from last time.
yeah, exactly.
That's
But
why
it-
I thought it'd be funny.
But he does jump for a second. He's like, huh.
Can I do augury to see just like if being more lenient with him would be more beneficial in the long run.
Yeah, okay. And
As you're
you've used
casting
it
that,
today.
could we move to the middle of the room so we're not cramped in this stairwell, please? It just makes me uncomfortable. That's literally my out of game OCD. I just don't. roll in the corner
Everyone's
down
sitting in
there.
the stairs like, let's move to the center of the room.
So about this vault.
So, and then it's 25%. All right, hold on 1 second. I need to make a roll. Okay. Got it. And then, I guess I could have just used a D4, huh? Oh well. Anyway, so it comes up as, you get wheel. So like, I think for your like tokens or whatever that you're using, is it like the what tools are you using for this again? Is it like dice or bones or?
Didn't you say there were like moon-shaped coins last time or
Yes,
something like
yes,
that?
the coins.
I didn't want to claim for severance, but that's what I remember from last time.
That's what I remember. I don't think I added it into my items.
Okay, so yeah, you can just add the because I think maybe you were still debating on what you wanted the tokens to be, because you would have had it.
Well, since I'm using an Ankh as a channel,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do Ankh coin,
Gotcha.
Ankh coin, or Ankh tokens.
Yeah, or even just like small little onks that you like roll, and based on the positioning of them landing, you're able to tell if it's supposed to be a sign of good luck or bad luck kind of thing, or good or bad. And so, yeah, as you roll, it seems to indicate good.
Then I'm going to relay this to the rest of the party who is in range to hear it, because I don't know if the people who are over at the vault
Yeah,
are able
Avalon.
to.
Avalon,
that-
at this point, do you join the group? Okay, I was about to say, do you just
I'm
stand?
like,
I don't
I
know
was
if
going
you
to go
just
to the
stand
pool.
awkwardly by the vault. You're like, well, you said we have permission to take it.
So I would like to tell the party that according to the augury, it would be more beneficial for us if we started treating him kinder and not as harsh in the long run.
He goes, thanks.
Yes. The Moon Maiden wants to spare you a little bit of harm. Not as cruel a goddess as some.
I really appreciate that, you guys. That it's more
Just
kindness
because you
than I
said it
deserve.
doesn't mean we'll follow through with it. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yep. All right, fair enough.
Don't worry. As a messenger for the Moon Maiden, I will make sure to bring this up whenever possible.
I appreciate that. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. I appreciate whatever you're able to do, but at the end of the day, what can I say? I fucked up.
Yes, for a long period of time.
Yep.
Not just
Yeah,
a one-off incident.
yeah,
I just want you all to keep in mind.
You are starting to repent and work towards being a
Please
better
and sorry.
person.
Yep. And now, mind you, should a repentance coming from a near-death experience, how valid is that? I don't know. As the person going through it, I would like to think it's very genuine. but you know, that's your decision to make. And hopefully I can prove it one way or the other through my actions. Let my actions speak louder than my words. But yeah. Sorry. I can be quiet now. I see. Kind of like ducks down. He's like, "Oh, right. Do you need my key to get in the vault? I got 700 gold in there. Or actually, you know what? He'll dispense it amongst you guys. So he's like, you know what? I have 800 gold in there. Just for the sake of math, because there's 80 of you guys. I can just make it so that each one of you guys gets 100 gold.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, to spread it to you guys evenly.
Even? Come on.
Yeah, evenly, Enki.
And he's like confusedly looking at Enki, like, right? Like, am I getting this wrong? Is this like a equal group, or is there like a CEO or something? What even are you guys? Just a band of adventurers?
I assume are we saving a portion of the gold for
Yeah.
Timmel?
Mm-hmm. So
All right, 700 divided by 8.
no. So that's what I was saying. Is the DM up the amount of gold there was to be 8, so it's just a clean, easy 100 to everyone.
Oh, he didn't keep all of it in the vault, right? He just had a pouch somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know, of
exactly,
100 just
exactly.
stashed
Find a
under the
painting or
floorboards.
something.
Exactly. He had some stuff.
You don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, he had some stuff hidden under a brick. That was a loose brick that was in the ground. And it's like, there we go. That should be all the gold that I have around. There are some of these statues that most of these are people. Oh, right, that. As he points, he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with this. I could leave it here if you'd prefer, or I could take it with us. It's another Gorgon.
Well,
we'll
as
take
the
it with
Moon
us.
Maiden pleases.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Can I
No.
roll to see if the Moon Maiden wants us to bring this Gorgon with us?
Do remember it is a
you-
25% chance every time that it
Wow.
won't work. Every time you cast on the same day.
And it
Bring it
is a level 2 spell. That doesn't seem to be a ritual spell.
Oh, it's not ritual either.
So, do you have the
no,
level
I'm-
2 spell slot?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
I was checking
Just a
to see if
religion?
I could use insight not his insight, like his
I'd say
religion check. There we go.
you could do a religion check. And I'd also say, like, based on your previous, I could bank a little bit off that previous insight roll that you had as well. In terms of for your insight check, he's not getting this bowl for the sake of attacking you guys. He's genuinely like, he is genuine with his offer of like, if you aren't comfortable with him bringing the Gorgon, because while he knows he's being honest, he understands that you might not know he's being honest.
So is there a way for me to get advantage by chance? With me, maybe?
Or to get advantage after the fact when you see it's
Yeah.
a natural 20.
And you're also, I
Yeah.
don't know how someone's going to help with the prayer per se.
Yeah, no, I was just asking
Yeah.
for the fun of asking. I
No,
know.
it doesn't hurt to ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
We're several things in, but it's a natural 20. I
Yeah,
have
you
to
have to ask.
try and take it.
No, I don't blame you. But so with a 19, again, it's you're getting a decent vibe, but it's kind of hard to say. But like based off of the previous roll that you had of augury, you have a feeling that was accurate. Admittedly, you're not like under the moon or anything like that anymore, so your connection isn't as strong as it was. And it does kind of seem like the connection here might be a little weaker than you're used to for whatever reason. But other than that, no, nothing special.
Because we are not under the moon, I cannot be Sure, but I believe that with the results of the augury and what I know of the Moon Maiden, it doesn't seem like it would be a bad idea to have a Gorgon with us as well.
All right. Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, Mr. Williams, I've been begging for a pet Gorgon since the moment we found you in the market, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. I can try to train it too, so it'll respond to your guys' commands, if that makes it better. It might take me some time, but I should be able to get that accomplished.
I mean, I can help if you need it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and so whenever you have
do have a
downtime.
half an orc. We do have a half an orc that we had needed a way to transport, so I think this works out somewhat well.
Oh, yeah, and actually, you know what? I have a cart as well that we could use for whenever, back when I was a legitimate salesman
For about
of
13
statues.
goblins, would it fit?
Yeah, maybe 7 because they do pack in real tight. But I don't know about 13. But if nothing else, it could hold a half orc. Or wait, did you say a half orc or half of an orc?
Half of it.
Half an orc.
Oh,
It's a long
You
story.
were probably familiar with who we speak of to some degree. You dealt with the goblins, the Gucci gang. didn't
never
you?
went into their cave, but
Oh yes, they had half an orc that made paint for them.
yeah, they seem like little
Lovely
freaks. I
fellow.
wouldn't put it past them to have something like that. That's kind of weird.
Well, no, it wasn't half of an orc. It was half of an orc who had his legs and sewed back onto his torso.
No, it was just
No,
the
I
top
see.
half. He didn't have like sewn back on. It was just the top half.
I thought they were sewn back on.
No, they were just gone. Like his
Just
abdomen
a torso on
was-
the ground.
Yeah, it's just the bottom half on the ground. Like Lego piece, remove legs. There you go.
I wonder how they're doing in the tunnel. It has been a few hours, but luckily we've had babysitters,
Yeah, you have a babysitter there with them.
and I assume they had rations.
Yeah.
For like the traveling. Okay, so they're fine.
And he's like, my cart should be packed up to has decent amount of food for now at least. It should hold enough rations until we go out hunting for more food.
Well, good news.
That
We
does
just
bring
got
up the
some
question.
sushi.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh
Was that all,
yeah,
Anki?
fish. You caught the fish. Oh yeah, you caught the fish. He doesn't know. Oh, well, he does know about that, I guess. But
He does.
yeah. So he's like, yeah, we could carry whatever food is still left over with Gregory's cooking. Yeah, I could try to store that in the carts. If nothing else, you could help hold your guys' tents and such. If you need help with setting up, I could help set up people's tents whenever we're stopping to rest on the road or whatever.
Well, we should never struggle for food, considering that we have our new rod. Isn't that right, Enki?
Exactly. It's all about finesse and Glorb's strength.
Yeah,
Sorry, Bartholomew's strength.
I'm not the best at cooking. I'm an okay cook, so I could do what I can.
Something's edible.
It won't be the
I'm sure we'll make do.
yeah, it won't be like in quality food, but yeah, it'll get you fed. Oh, and at that Ava will be like, so with that managed, did we want to do introductions at the moment, or should we wait on that?
I think this would be a perfect time to do introductions. Miss Ava, I am Needles, as you already know.
Yes.
I will gesture to the person to whoever's to my left.
And then I think it's kind of Hawk. So Hawka. And she's like, hello, I'm Ava, and your name is... Might be shy then. And she'll turn away from Hawka. Or Hawka, would you be saying
She
something?
already introduced herself.
Oh, she already introduced herself to you.
Yeah,
So
back before.
Oh, I
back
didn't introduce
still in
myself
yeah.
to Moldy Goldie.
before we did the whole thing with Severance and.
That's
Needles.
right. That's right. So yeah, she'll turn to she'll be like, oh right, sorry. And she'll turn to Wench and be like, and I don't know if I caught your name.
Oh, hi, I'm Winch.
Pleasure to meet you. And you
He's
do-
not an Illithid, despite his appearance, at least as far as we're now aware.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a fish at the moment, so I don't know if I could really be that against Squid being with us, right? Sorry if that was offensive. But and then Glorb, I know you, Glorb, or is this Bartholomew at the moment? Whichever one it is.
Bartholomew.
Ah, yes. Hello, Bartholomew.
Hat.
Oh, the hat. Got it. Okay. So when you have the hat on, it's okay. I get it. And then I think she's been. No, she hasn't been. And she's like, and sir, you are, and your friend is.
Hi, I'm Avalon, and this is my friend Tara.
Pleasure to meet the both of you.
Right, Avalon. We did forget to mention, since we came here in a rush. Enki, would you want to explain?
Which part?
Oh, you know, the whole part about catching a magical goldfish who's actually a princess
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting a wish from her. It did all happen in a short span of
Oh.
time.
So yeah, check out these boots I got, man. Kind of fresh.
Check out the kicks.
Fresh new J's, just got them.
Yes,
If
he could have
I-
wished for anything, and he wished for boots.
Now hold on.
Oh, what
He
the
just
Mind
said
you,
they were J's. If someone, like an enemy in the future, creased his J's, would they lose like some amount of travel speed?
Alright, why are you trying to nerf
No,
me,
but
man?
they would lose value. Reselling them would be so much harder.
That's what distort values for, my guy.
I mean, it's the boots to make him feel taller. I mean, okay.
They're platform shoes.
yeah. They legit are just like the speed shoes that SpongeBob has in that episode. With the platform and wings.
So
I
you
accidentally freaking made Quicksilver, bro. A speedster.
fish a magical fish.
I
Did you-
mean,
Where did
Needles
you
explained
fish?
pretty well. So that's a funny bit. It's a cup, a mug, even in the tavern, in the corner, brooding.
So you fish the magical fish out of a cup of water in the corner of the inn.
You should have seen the first fish I caught out of the cup. It was
Uh,
huge. We
Is
got
this
rations for a while.
because of the fishing rod?
Nah, it's because of my finesse. You know,
I don't believe you. Or you know I don't believe you.
It was, and then like, the, he's like, John's like, it was from the, fishing rod.
Of course it was from the fishing rod.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it needed to be established.
John, shut up!
Sorry, my
it was
bad.
finesse! Finesse!
He wants some points. He's trying to get some points. He's not getting any points right now.
Well, I mean, he still pulled it up. He still needed a strength to pull it out, as well as, you know, there's got to be some kind of luck to it or whatnot. So, I don't know.
John.
Oh, sorry.
Quiet.
He backs up again.
Are we sure killing him is off the table?
Yes,
John,
killing him
John.
is off the table.
Guy's asking for it.
It's-
He's asking
well,
for it!
It just in Enki's head, I will say, killing him might be off the table for the time being, but drawing things on his face while he's asleep is not.
You make a great point there.
My brother in Christ, you might be right.
You're a man of the culture.
My brother in Faye.
My brother. No, I'm
Well,
convinced.
seeing as introductions are out of the way, I think we have a cellar to raid. Wouldn't you say, John?
Yeah. I got some food around here and some wine and supplies that might be able to help out. And the gold.
So with detect magic, is there anything hidden in his cellar?
In terms of magical, you don't see anything within the cellar, except there is a box, a magical box. It's like a stone cabinet that seems to
Where
have
would
some
that be?
magical runes. It's here, I'll draw it really quick. It's just like right there. Oh, Jesus. All right. Sure. Let's fix that actually. It's like right there. There you go. Good enough. And it has evocation magic. And it seems like this was magically made to help keep things chilled. Like it's some kind of ice, like very weak but consistent ice spell.
Mr. Williams, if I open this, are there going to be bodies inside of it?
No, there's gonna be some wine. This is where I go down to do my work, and so I like my wine a bit chilled.
I see. So as you're turning people into stone, ruining their lives, you just feel like you ought to treat yourself to a nice chilled glass of wine. I understand. All of us have our own hobbies, and I'm going to open it.
Yeah.
Man,
And
got you there, John.
And he's like, yeah, no, I mean, like, technically, I only drank when I was working on the actual sculptures, but, like, I get the point. The point's still made. So, yeah, and there are 20 bottles of fairly old, expensive wine.
John, is your cart large enough to hold this chest? This, what would we call this? A freezerator?
Yeah,
I feel like some sort of
it's like an ice aid.
frigimigation.
Yeah, ice aid.
Ice aid.
Because
All right.
it's ice that aids with your storage. Yeah.
Is your cart large enough to carry this?
I could find a way to strap it on. If not, you know, it would be a stone cart, but I'm not bad with my stonemason's tools. I could like make a stone cart if need be. It's gonna be pretty heavy, but luckily this old beast is pretty good at pulling, and he gives a good pat on the statue. But anyway, and he kind of
Well,
backs
for the
off.
rest of the group, I vote that we take this if possible. I don't care for the wine. I'd suggest we sell that. But there might be things that we need to keep at a cool temperature for long periods of time. It'd be useful for my work.
That sounds suspicious. But you know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
And actually, yeah, Needles, I would say you, upon seeing this too, you are familiar with this. Something
I'm very
similar to
familiar
this
with
design. Yeah, I was about to say, you're very
Refrigerating
familiar.
various kinds of
Yes.
organic material.
Yes. When you've seen this kind of contraption used, it is not storing wine. But you are familiar with this magical item. And you know that it works off of like a heat source, so it can also use like the energy from the sun. Due to like how they're normally made, this one might be a little bit different. So it uses heat to keep, which is why there's like this is a bonfire right here, a little fire. Or sorry, yeah, this thing is supposed to be a fire. It's like, yep, it's very efficient. All you got to do is at least 1 to 2 torches near that flame. It's not that expensive to keep running.
Did anybody else want to investigate? Was there anything else we noticed in the room?
The ledger book was already taken. So not really. Not of anything of note.
Well, we all know we need the perception king on the case.
Me, obviously.
Glorb / Bartholomew, looking around.
Yeah, go ahead and perception check.
I would try to help him. Well, I
Uh,
don't know if he needs
yeah,
help, but
with
yes.
the 17, that's gonna be it. Yeah, it seems like the room. It seems like there was a hidden spot at one point, but like he already opened that brick, and got the stuff out from it. But other than that, room seems clear.
And he already gave us the gold from the vault, correct?
Yeah, if you guys allow him to go over to the vault, he will go to the vault, open it when he's going through the rest of the house or the rest of the basement to make sure he's got all the gold in the house to dispense amongst you guys.
Was there anything else in the vault, or was it purely gold?
Just gold.
Right. My keen eyes have deducted that we have cleared out the cellar of anything but petrified corpses.
Yes, actually that is true. Well, in the picture there's only like 4. There's like a couple more like around the area. But yeah, so there are some bodies down here. There are some stone statues.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay.
So, question for the group. I think this is. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
I think this is a good point of discussion. A few of us wanted to wait for Nala, and a few of us might have wanted to move on quickly. It seems like it'll be a number of days before she arrives.
I mean, I think me and Severance need to go see the mayor about that whole fishing tournament stuff.
Do we need to see him? I feel like it's optional.
Kind of want to tell him that we're going to take a little bit longer and not him expecting us now. Or like if we leave town, someone's going to say something. Or like we're just going out to get more stuff to bring to the town to make it even bigger than any time they had beforehand.
Everyone raise your hand if you're interested in running a fishing competition.
My character would like to grip onto
Actually,
my rod.
Okay. Actually, I know what's up. Bartholomew puts the hat on, or I guess Glor puts the hat on, and then they raise their hand.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not raising my hand. I just don't see it being very interesting.
Yeah, so I think that we just tell the mayor we're not able to participate in that, but we've dealt with the Gorgon problem, we've dealt with the Goblin problem, we've dealt with a body problem to some degree, and I feel like that's enough to get out of any obligations that we may have picked up.
We had obligations?
Well, it sounds like they took on the obligation of running the tournament, was the worry.
Why do we gotta do everything in this dang town?
It is concerning how complacent everyone is here, including the dragon, unfortunately.
And Havel's like, wait, holy shit, there's a dragon here?
Did you meet Mr. Binns? You briefly saw Mr. Binns, the innkeeper.
Oh, huh.
Oh yes, John, keep your mouth shut about that.
I'm making you supposed to know that.
John just kind of gives a thumbs up, nods. Just, yep.
Not that it would do you much good. But yes, the innkeeper was a dragon, and he has a friend who is going to come and fix what amount of John's problems that can be fixed.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we could ask him. He might be able to help, or, um,
Yes,
we got time.
I'm hoping that the same spell used to help the petrification can help with you, but I don't know enough about that class of magic, and I look to Severance.
What do you need to know about it?
You're familiar with divine magic, yes?
I would say so, yes.
Would a sort of improved version of your lesser restoration spell have the ability to revert a fish into a princess, or do we need to find a charming prince to kiss her?
I'm not sure.
Go ahead and make either an Arcana or religion roll.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if he could give me advantage, or I could give him advantage. One or the other.
Since
But
this
I
is,
don't know about it, then
Yeah.
you can just make it.
we
You
could do.
know, I'm
Mhm.
gonna use a DM inspiration.
Okay. And
Yep.
yeah, with help action, that's 23. So you feel, as you're thinking on the magic, a lot of the magic that you have available to you, and what her current situation is. If it is hard to say, but you do have a feeling that it might take something more than. Because let me just double check what level restoration is.
Greater Restoration is 5th level, I
Yeah.
believe.
So, yeah, greater is 5th. So you do feel that yep. It's gonna require some high level magic. Like greater restoration might not even do the trick. It does seem like it's more than just shapeshifting. Actually, I'd say with religion, given that you would know of Fey magic as well, so it almost feels like it's Fey influence that's resulted in her being a fish. So this is more of some kind of divine act occurring rather than a specific magic. Or it might be a little bit of magic, a little bit of some kind of reality altering. But either way, it'll take more than, it might take more than just a spell to get her back to her normal position. Well, unless it was like a wish spell.
Unless it was a wish spell, it would take far more than a greater restoration, since this is more of a divine act slash maybe a bit of magic, more fey in nature. It could be a whole lot of things. Well, it could be one of few things, but there aren't many ways that I know of that would fix it with just one action alone.
Well, that's 1 point off the table in waiting for Nala. Do we have good reasons to do so if that's the case?
I'm not leaving without getting my pseudo dragon unpetrified.
That's 1 vote.
I mean, I'll wait too.
I think it would be better for us if we stayed and got the statues unpetrified that we can.
I like how you think. They might have money on them that they would offer to their saviors. Good idea.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting doing it for the money, but
Money.
Dear
you
Severance,
ferryman.
make great ideas.
Reward.
Money.
With your insight, you get the sense that Needles was joking,
Mhm.
but only partly.
Good idea.
You know, not to be judgmental, but this does sound like extortion.
I'm starting to see
Force
that
them, but if
It's called gratefulness.
yes, if anybody was saved, if you were saved from petrification and had a large sum of finance, you would probably offer some of it to your saviors. And it would be rude of your saviors not to accept it. You would feel a little bit embarrassed if they turned away what little pittance you offered them.
I mean, yeah, but this sounds like there's expecting that to happen. Like, what if they don't have gold on them?
It's
Don't take
hoping.
jokes too seriously. I'll be
Oh.
more careful in the future.
Oh,
Anywho.
sorry, it's a joke. Sorry, no, I'm not that great with jokes. My apologies.
That was a joke.
Yeah, we're saying he's like, we're joking.
And Glorb doesn't get it, but he's just laughing.
Yeah, because
I
you
would
still.
like to make this known to the rest of you.
Hmm.
If you were truly going for extortion, I would step in and decline on behalf of the party.
And
And that's how you get pocket sanded.
she's like, oh, well, of course, the tenets of the Moon Maiden, protection and just, yes. Sorry, my apologies.
In Enki's head, I will say, not everything that we discuss has to be out in the open, yes?
I give him a little thumbs up.
All right. And with that, does the party stay to discuss anything else? Do they head back to the bar? Do they go out of the house? What's the party up to?
I start shining my shoes.
We need
I
to get our
would
fridge.
go
Or
back
I said,
to the bar, and I'm going to give 1 gold to the bartender and invite Glorb to go drinking.
All right. Glorb, do you accept the invitation? Oh. Uh-oh. Glorb? Glorb. Mickey?
Oh, yeah, sorry, what's up?
Severance was inviting Glorb out for drinks.
Oh, well, of course. Yeah, I was like coughing, so.
Oh,
My
yeah.
bad.
Little
Before
busy
you left-
dying. That's understandable.
before you left, though, there was a discussion about maybe moving an ice chest,
Yes.
which would be helpful to have the big orc, but
Mm.
Okay.
Glorb want ale, Glorb go. Thank you.
And
so
yeah.
we don't get Globe's help in moving the chest.
Oh, no, I
Yeah,
thought Glorb
yeah,
was...
I go. I mean, I could.
I
Yeah,
just-
I mean, I
I
could
just-
test though.
I just posted a gif of
Just meet up. Meet up
Glorb.
with homie later. Just meet up with homie later for the drink. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was a quick thing. How heavy is this thing?
It's decently heavy. It's probably like 500 pounds ish. Maybe like 450.
Oh, I'm sure Glorb could pick this thing up on his own. But we do have Terra as well, if Avalon.
Tara will look at Avalon.
Oh, all right. Well, we already left the house.
Oh yeah, they
beforehand.
already left.
John, lift your cellar, or lift your fridge. You
He's-
must have carried it in here yourself.
He's like, yeah, I can help. And you see as he goes to pick it up, he definitely has some struggle with it. And you see well, I guess the only one who can see it is Winch. But Winch, you see the hand of Bulls on Parade kind of comes up to help him partially lift it, and then his Gorgon has to come over and also help him with lifting it. With great difficulty, he is able to get it, begin carrying it around or get it onto the Gorgon's back.
but we now have a temporarily portable bridge.
Yep, and he ties 2 torches to it.
Well, I apologize, Glorb, for interrupting your drinking, but if you have any leftovers that you need stored, we now have the means to do so.
And with that, like, all right, do you still want me to stay at the inn?
You'll be staying with us for the time being.
All right, sounds good. And he'll go to the inn. And all right, so Avalon, what are you up to?
What time is it exactly?
So it's pretty late. It's like about midnight-ish. Because it was kind of the moon was starting to rise as you guys were finishing up the fight. Oh well, you weren't there for it, but yes, that's what was happening. So it's at this point, it's pretty late at night. Maybe not midnight, but it's been night for a while now.
I was going to quickly see the market because I remember he closed his shop.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember if we left anything there or he left anything there at all.
Yeah, when you go to check, it seems like he left like statues and stuff like that, but he did manage to set up a sign that says closed. And just with a passive looking around, you can do an investigation really quick. So looking around, you do find like 3 silver worth of copper pieces that are laying around just from like maybe when he was giving someone change and like a piece of copper fell and he didn't feel like picking it up. But otherwise, there's really not much else in this area other than some of his statues.
Okay, I'll pick, as you said, it's a copper piece.
5 silver worth of copper pieces. So you could just add 5 silver, but like for story reasons,
Yeah.
So you could also give yourself, if you wanted to, 50 copper, essentially.
Right.
I see how it is. Extortion's bad, but picking up people's hard-earned money off the ground.
I mean, look,
She doesn't
no
see
one
this
said
happen.
anything. I didn't
You
even
just
know
got
if
100
someone
gold
dropped
and
it.
you're scrounging for 5 silver?
These are hard times.
Every copper
I
counts.
was going to check because he's always paranoid about someone coming after him. Because I want to know if anyone has been by here to see if he was still here.
So go ahead and give me an Well, I'll just go ahead and carry over from that nat 20. So you do recall, so you don't see any signs of someone being nearby, but you do recall so far of the only shenanigans in terms of stuff that's going on is you do know he has the note that was given to him by Griffin, who is working for this shadow guard, I believe it mentions in the note. Where'd that note go?
I think Avalon took that with the key.
Okay, so yeah, Avalon, you have the note,
Wait,
and so
I don't think I took the note.
Oh, that might have been Enki then. One of the two of them took it.
Regardless,
No,
I
I
think
did-
you read it at some point. And with an investigation of 20, you know that it seems that Griffin is the because I'm not sure if it was pieced together that whether or not Griffin was a member of the Shadow Guard, but with that nat 20, you're thinking of all the pieces of the puzzle that you have access to at the moment, and it's like, okay, so the 2 people who seem to be causing trouble here, well, 3 if you count the goblin, little stump, you know where 2 of them are, and the one who is like the one who like just outright killed a person is not one of the 2 people with you. And you do know that when he killed the author, that he had access to some kind of spell that could make it so he wouldn't leave traces of him being there.
Right.
So even if he was here stalking him, which he might have been, you wouldn't be able to see any signs of that due to the magic.
Okay. I turned to Tara like, man, Tara, here I thought we'll probably like find this guy, like show up at some point. I'm guessing they just want to stay hidden for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and he already skipped town. Actually, you have reason to believe that he skipped town.
Okay.
He might come back to this city, because you're not necessarily sure in terms of whether or not he will be back. But if not him, you feel that someone from his organization might come back here.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Like someone is being sent. It will probably be sent here later on, just to keep tabs on John Williams.
Yeah, and if they were sent here, though, it wouldn't be specifically just John Williams. Like, they'd know to look out for him, but they might just be, like, because Griffin's job, as you look through the notes and stuff, seemed to be, other than assassinating the author, he was spying on the city.
Okay. I'm just going to, like, stand a little bit and just ponder.
And you do know it is a little bit weird if he is a Shadow Guard. Now, mind you, you have seen Dragonborns who have changed their appearance to look human. It would be weird that a human would be, or I think it's a wood elf that he looks like. It's a wood elf or human. Either way, a non-Dragonborn is going around saying they're a part of a group called the Shadow Guard, and carrying around an emblem that might represent the Shadow Guard, and the emblem looks kind of similar to a Black Dragonborn tribe symbol.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with that, there is a chance that, yeah, that's a decent amount of information that you're piecing together with this Nat 20 as you're sitting looking around this market square, thinking about the clues you have available at the moment.
I'll just start heading back to the inn and just say to Tara, like, man, when we get back back to the tab back to Lilith, Tara, we got so many stories to tell her.
Or you just see, or it just nods. That's right. It just quietly nods, and you just hear like the whirling of the spinning of the gears as it just nods.
Also, I probably have to get that start giving you that upgrade soon.
And it nods again. And then also, like, as you guys are walking, just full abdomen turns towards you while legs are still walking one direction to give double thumbs up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And then with that, so Glorb, you're at the bar. Hawk and Winch and Enki. Well, let's go with Winch. Winch, what are you up to?
I'm just kind of chilling around the house, just kind of seeing what's up.
Gotcha.
Just making yourself at home.
Yeah, it's just
I just lead John away, and you're just using his home. That would be funny. If Winch just gonna stay the night at his house instead of coming back to him.
It's like, hey, it's a free bed.
I guess Winch doesn't need to lay down though.
No, but he
Anyway.
could if he wanted to.
He could just to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't laying down on the bed like break it somehow?
Just because of his weight.
Yeah, because
It might be a sturdy bed. It might last.
I don't know about their weight, but if I were to, it would have to be a super sturdy
Bed. Yeah. Otherwise, it is breaking. Yeah, you definitely feel the mattress itself withstands, but like the bed frame probably might break. Let me just see. It's yeah, no, the bed frame, it doesn't like full out shatter, but you hear some cracks. It definitely was not meant for your weight.
Just giving him a mattress on the floor.
Yeah, essentially. And Enki, what are you up to?
So we're all at the inn, right?
Oh, okay, so you're going to the inn. And then Hawka, are you going to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone else is at the inn. and I believe Severance bought drinks for Glorb and or Barthol.
I got 1 gold of drinks. For Glorb. I'll spend another gold for anyone who wants it at the bar.
And he's like, today it's only like 1 silver per drink, so a gold is gonna be a lot. That's
Then
10, or sorry, no, it's 5 copper per drink. So an entire gold is that's like 5
Just 20 drinks.
20 drinks. That's 20 drinks. So it's a decent amount. But I mean, if you
I'll go with just 1 gold for now, and we'll see if our good friend Glorb goes through 20 by himself, or if it can be split up amongst us.
All right, Glorb, are you going at it?
I try to do 3 at a time.
All
Fuck
right.
it.
All right, give me 3 Constitution saves.
All right.
Oh God.
Okay,
Oh Jesus.
so you are now drunk.
Good.
As like you start getting a little tipsy, and then it really hits you hard, and then so now you're drunk. So now you're drunk off the 13. So now the rest of these will be with disadvantage. Go ahead and roll how many more drinks you take.
Do 1 for now.
All
Actually, no,
right.
2. Fuck it.
Oh, nice.
All right.
That's a good 5.
Gotcha. All right. Wait, no, I should just use Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Okay, you're able to stomach those.
You know
Do you-
what? Fuck it. I got 20. Yeah,
I gotta drink more of this. All right. Yeah, you're doing a little better now. You're starting to get in the swing of
This
things.
is Omega Gamba.
Even with-
this is Gamba.
Glorb, Glorb,
Oh.
Glorb, come back to us, Glorb.
Uh
Can
oh.
I DM Expo this?
Uh-oh, you can if you want. It'll replace. So yeah, go. Uh-oh.
That one's not that far apart. That's kind of silly.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Glorb.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
SpaghettiOs.
Oh no. So Glorb, what's your health at right now?
Oh.
He's gonna
Oh,
die
no.
to alcohol poisoning of all things, bro.
43.
43. Okay. So you vomit profusely and you take 1 acid damage as just from the vomit coming on your throat and everything.
Okay.
You feel very unwell. Yeah, you're just really sick. You're vomiting. You feel like if you were to have another drink, you'd just vomit it again.
Glorb, did
Oh,
you
it's
eat anything before this?
It's
Oh,
happening
man.
again.
Like 8 in. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 in. So there are 12 more drinks left. But the party does have access to.
Another 7, right? Because didn't he use a DM inspiration to reroll?
Oh, yes, that is so true. So it is just the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 13.
Aka will have 1, I guess.
I'm going to take 2 drinks.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll for it. And I think you have advantage as a Warforged.
I have
Yeah.
a resistance to poison.
Mm-hmm. So advantage on the saves. So go ahead with advantage. Give
Oh,
me
saves.
the
That's
2.
why I couldn't find it.
Yep. It's a good thing you have that advantage. All right, so
Oh,
you do well. You drink it, it's feeling all right. You're not buzzed or anything, but you're getting close to a buzz.
I'll take one more and then I'll call it.
Okay. And then yeah, you have a nice buzz. You know, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Feeling good. So that's what, 17 now? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 1, 2, 3.
There'd be 9 left.
Yeah.
If since Haka took one.
All right. Because no, there was 20 drinks, I thought. Yeah, you bought 20.
Yeah.
Am I missing the math here?
Haka took one.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I think that's what total 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's
Awesome.
11.
Yeah, 11. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, you have 9 left. And
I get to try.
yeah, and Severance, Haka, you're not really feeling much after that first one. Anki, you're feeling it a little bit.
I dare not try that again.
What? You don't want to drink more?
No. I'll stick with my tree sap and stuff. I'm a sweet tooth type of person.
That's fair.
Prestidigitation has a feature that can change the flavor of some amount of liquid, up to 1 cubic foot of liquid. So while they're drinking, I'm going to spend a small amount of the time going around and changing some of the flavors of their drinks to random flavors, some good and some bad.
I'm going to have another drink.
All right. Let's see. What have we been rolling so far? Got it. Oh, and it's with advantage though. So, yeah, you're a little bit more than buzzed. You're not drunk just yet, but you are starting to feel it a little more.
And with that, I'm going to drag Glorb up to our rooms.
Gotcha. And so we're just gonna put. There's 2 different rooms. And so this little area right here will be one room, and then we'll have another room in these 4 squares.
Oh, yeah, I'll stay with Glorb in the room just to make sure he doesn't throw up again and then suffocate on his own vomit.
Nice. And then for the rest of the group, what are you guys doing down at the bar?
I'd like to chat to
going to go up to a
Greg
room.
about the sashimi that he was making.
Yeah, and then I think Hawk, what did you mention you were up to?
Hawk is just going to go up to a room.
Gotcha. Go ahead and move yourself to what room? And then
It's these 4 and these 4.
Yeah, exactly. And then real quick. No, so yeah, you're like, how's it going? He's like, yeah, actually, I got it all prepared for you right here. And he shows up the food, and it's 3 days worth of rations if you hold off, but if you do eat it now, then it's like 2 days worth of rations.
Okay, 3 days worth of rations. That's not bad for one fish.
Yeah.
I guess I won't eat it now. I'll keep it.
He's like, all right, and he wraps it up for you. Consider it on the house. Happy to help out. And then once you get your fish, Enki, do you do anything else?
I'll just go to my room and start meditating, I guess.
Gotcha.
Go into the trance.
And which room is that?
The one that Glorb is in.
Got it.
Remember.
There you go. And
Just meditate in that room.
Image.
And then Avalon, what are you up to?
Nothing really. I'll probably just start because I was
Just head to bed.
my room because I know like I won't have time to just go straight to the goblin to get stuff.
Because it is starting to get late.
Yeah. So I'll just go straight to a room.
Got it. And then go ahead and pick which room.
It's over here.
Gotcha. So yeah, this group. Got it.
Oh.
So NP could run the entire length of the top of the cliff to the gate.
Yeah. I think a little more than that even.
Well, I mean, that was 100 feet. They can run 240, so...
Yeah.
Oh,
So quite a
that's-
bit more.
So I
This is
ran
a
from here
simplified.
to freaking
Yeah.
here.
This map is like not
20 feet.
fully perfect ratio, but I'd still say 200 is close if I recall correctly. Well, no, because it's a small town. So it'd get you like halfway across town, if not more.
Okay, so I can run from here to here. That you said that's
Because this map
240.
isn't to scale. It's
Okay, so like
rough.
40 feet is like half the town.
Yeah, ish. Rough estimate.
So I ran from here to here within 6 seconds.
Yeah, you're just like zoom. Yeah.
God damn.
It was truly you were speed. Yeah. And also, don't you have like what base background did we use? Did we use a base background? I don't know if we did. Regardless, sorry. And so Needles, are you also heading to bed?
If I don't know if John plus the bull, we did kind of use that to haul the fridge out, but now I'm wondering if we better just head back with Winch, because I don't know if his bull will fit up the stairs and into a room.
It's like, no. I could also, if the goblins are in the pathway they use to get into the city, I could just tell it to go to the end of the hallway. Or end of the
Sure,
tunnel.
We'll take his. Well, will your Gorgon meet gets antsy if you're not with it?
Oh yeah, you're right. It does sometimes. This one's a newer model though, so I don't know if it will. It might be a little more obedient than my original one.
How
Sound like car
about,
guys.
since the Moon Maiden has presented her trust in you, you can do as you please for the night, and depending on how things go, we'll determine whether or not we hunt you down and remove various limbs.
Fair.
And if you return to us in the morning, then we'll know that you have earned some degree of trust.
Do you want me to go with your companion with the goblins in case something happens?
I am leaving it up to you, Mr. Williams.
Okay.
Your choice will determine how you are treated from here on out.
Okay, I'll stay with them. But if you need anything else from me, I'll just be with your group that's at the end of the hall or at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, I will go with him there and explain to Timmel the situation.
Gotcha. And then
Just so everybody's got the rundown.
Yep.
I don't want
And-
them to be surprised there's a big petrifying Gorgon near them.
And the goblins are like, when they see him, they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And he's just like, "Yes, hi." Like, "Oh, hello. No, where's your statues, bitch boy?" He's just like, I don't have.
Yes. Explaining the situation to all the goblins. Mr. Williams here is going to be a part of our caravan for the time being. Behave yourselves with him. He does have the ability to petrify anyone. And Mr. Williams, if any of them get too rowdy, I do give you permission to petrify them, because you do have the ability to undo that within 30 minutes, yes?
And he's like, yeah.
Yes. So if they misbehave themselves to any extreme degree, I'm sure that unpetrifying them after a good 29 minutes just to put the fear of God in them would be acceptable.
Yeah. I'd probably keep it at 20 to be safe. But yeah. Sounds like a plan.
I am giving him a stare as close as I can get into his soul to make it I'm trying to give him a glare that makes him realize that he's being tested without saying it out loud.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going
guess-
for intimidation. to
Yeah,
some
I was about
degree.
to say, I was not sure if this was gonna be like but I think intimidation's the best one I can think of.
15, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. So he seems to get the picture.
And Timmel, if you're not comfortable spending a night, well, you probably should just join us up in the rooms. Well, what does Timmel want to do? Does Timmel have an opinion?
Timmel's not here, unfortunately.
No, I mean, just you as DM,
yeah.
since Timmel's not here, does he want to stay down here? Or is he just going to stay down here for the sake of convenience? Or
Yeah.
I'm pretty much saying, Timmel, hey, if you don't want to sleep down in the dirt with the goblins, we have rooms.
Oh, yeah, no, at this point, due to his training with them and stuff, he does have, like, a cot. Like one of the ones that's an elevated
So he's
cot.
not sleeping in the dirt. I just wanted to make
Yep.
sure we
No,
didn't
he's
have our
not sleeping in the dirt. The
Dragonborn
goblins
friend sleeping in the dirt.
No, yeah.
Timmo, we are civilized.
The-
Join us.
The goblins have set up like his own personal little training barrack tent, of which that he's staying the night in. He was very busy with them.
I still need to show them my Bartholomew drip.
Yeah, so true.
I
So
gotta show
yeah,
them my new J's.
they will stay. And all right, and you head back, and you're in this room.
Yes, I wanted to
mhm.
meet up with Haka.
Yes,
But if anybody else had anything to say, they can do that.
I think they're just.
I will say, don't you have that? Aren't you studying the paralysis thing?
I have multiple things I have to study now because now there's a goldfish that we need to turn back into a princess. So, Mr. Researcher Man is on duty tonight.
I wish we had like a wish or something we could have done to make it so much
I
easier.
wish we had something like that. That is a good point.
Hey, these new shoes are pretty tight.
And
I the whole place could just hear fucking Glorb snoring.
You just.
Maybe I should have slept in the tunnel, rubbing my temples.
And Haka and Avalon, what again are your passives for perception?
14.
10.
14, 10? Okay. So you guys...
Wait.
What?
I was just gonna say, if I could do a bless on Needles' rolls, but I read through it. It's an attack roll or a saving throw, so.
Yes, and also you are currently resting in a separate room.
Oh yeah, no, it's concentration.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
So
What roles were you? Oh, the research roles. I see.
yes.
Well, somebody could always try to help me if they're magically inclined, which is part of the reason I went to the room with the artificer and the sorcerer.
Yes. Do you do you wake them up to
Are they
provide-
asleep? I didn't know if they had gone to sleep since I had just briefly ran
Yes.
over and then came back.
I think in the time that you might have done that, they might have like at least started settling in for sleep. Unless, is there something else you guys would have been doing before going to bed while at the room?
Nothing for Haka.
Not really. I'm just like probably just tinkering.
Gotcha.
Really.
Oh, so yeah, if you're just like, because that's right, you were saying you might want to start working on the like the upgrade stuff for Terra. So maybe you're like making sure Terra is properly oiled and just doing routine maintenance check before bed as Needles comes in.
Avalon?
Yeah.
How exactly did you go about making Terra?
Well, first I kind of had to study about all stuff. But mainly I had the help close friend of mine help me get set up with a workshop nearby, and I had all the like supplies near and with me, and just started tinkering with stuff.
That is quite impressive. And you're making upgrades at the moment? What sorts of upgrades are you pursuing?
Right now, more so a better way for us to for travel. I don't know. I can make it safe for all of us, but it's like going to be a better way to travel around.
That sounds very useful. I actually have a companion of my own, and I will take a tube that is hanging next to the little test tube with Ava in it, and it's a clear tube with a silvery liquid in it, and I will open it, and out of it will come an ooze-like creature on near the desk where you're working. This is Resin. I struggle to remember where I met Resin, but I remember she wasn't in a good state, and I wasn't in a good state at the time. And Needles is rubbing his temple, trying to remember, but it seems like whatever the situation we're in is sort of messed with the memories. But yes, we have some sort of bond, and Resin here is my familiar.
Oh, is it like squishy and everything?
Currently, it looks like an ooze of some
Okay.
kind, like a similar height to me, like a silvery, almost mercurial material.
I'd be like, well, that's very interesting. That's nice to meet your companion, I guess.
There was no response from the ooze.
Do you have a metallic slime as a companion?
You are not in the room, but you might find out more later. But Avalon, I actually have some upgrades of my own, so if you don't mind, I will be working over in this corner on my own upgrades. Although they might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, if you need any help, just don't hesitate to ask.
And I will start working, and do we have... Yeah, as we work, you will see that the ooze starts to take on various more humanoid shapes. And it seems like a process that Needles has probably gone through before. And eventually, there is a silver mercurial ooze-like, almost doppelganger of Needles. A similar size, like another fairy, but with the vaguely feminine form.
That's interesting. I'm just like putting down my sword against the wall, and then just going back to work.
Chef, I'm gonna try to talk to Resin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to... I know we discussed a little bit, but I'm going to leave it completely up to you how it responds. Resin, can you hear me?
Make an Arcana check.
I don't have any team inspiration. That's it.
This glob that appears before you does seem to react, but only subtly, as it kind of reverberates a little bit.
I suppose I'll have to keep working, and that is the end. I was going to work on some research for the night, but I think Needles will just let Resin devolve back into an orb temporarily, a little globule of slime, and sleep on my familiar like a little beanbag.
All right. And with that, everyone gets a long rest. But really quickly, as we awake, one moment. Then let me just jump here. And here we go. Alley-oop. All right. So what I DM'd you, are you able to hear me? Sometimes it glitches.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Yes.
So for the proper ambiance, because I don't know how to get the music player working on this one, if we have one, go ahead and use the music from the video I sent you.
It's playing. I can't hear it.
It's pretty loud. You might have to turn it up decently.
It's all the way up. Here, I'll just open it in another tab.
Yeah, other tab I do it because you should be able to still hear something if it's at full
No,
volume.
it's just weird vibrating sounds.
Yes.
No, it's,
So.
no, it's not. I can't even hear anything.
Oh. Interesting. Huh. Well, if you go back
Can't
to
hear
the.
anything oh, I know what it is. I can hear it.
Oh, good. So, as you awake, you open your eyes and the room is still dark. Now, I'm not sure if you have dark vision, but
I do not, unfortunately.
So, the image before you is difficult to see as this one bean bag that you were laying on. You almost feel like there are hands holding your arms and legs. As the image moves closer to you, and you see as it gets clearer that this is an image of yourself, not too differently than you've woken up before. However, now in the eye sockets where there were once eyes, you see holes, deep abysses. And as this face begins to move closer to yours, the size of this creature mimics your size, your frame, everything except your eyes. As it brings its face closer, you see the voids that are its eye holes become closer and closer until they are about to fully envelop your eyes. And you wake up.
Alright, I was gonna try to reach out for a handshake, but that happened a bit too fast.
Whee! Oh, yeah. No, and you were paralyzed. You could not move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And when you wake up, it's back to being a normal beanbag. All right.
You'll never take away my boots of speed.
And so, everyone go ahead and make their the saving throw for the memory. So it's history. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
History?
Yeah.
D20.
No,
Out
it's
of
history.
curiosity, is my character just meditating and it just like he just loses, or possibly loses
No,
memory?
okay.
Yeah, it's while you're meditating, it just leaves you. Yeah. Although I don't think any of y'all, and I'm trying to remember, it's where did I write this down? I believe it just goes up by. Is it? I'm trying to remember if it goes up by one or two.
It goes
It
up
went
by,
up by two.
It is.
Before
Yes,
you
that's
told
right.
us.
We're
It's
currently at 6. I know there's one or two people who may be a bit lower than that since they rolled nat 20s at one point.
yes. So those who
There were
rolled
three
nat
of us.
20s.
We had a lot.
Yeah, it happened a lot of times, surprisingly. So at this point, I'm pretty sure everyone has succeeded, and for everyone, it goes up by 2.
So,
If,
I don't wanna
like,
roll
when
the
we-
last time, but
when
I
we-
was at a 6.
Oh, and so sorry, what was that? I think Hawk, you were going first.
I think I rolled a nat 20 last time, but I was at a 6.
I'm trying to think.
I think you had us.
Maybe there was a long rest that you weren't present for.
I don't know.
That might have been the case. Regardless, with this
I
one,
was also at 6 and I have not rolled a nat 20. So
okay.
I think you had us equalize it since there was a lot of confusion about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. I remember. He was like, "Oh."
Yes. Okay. So we just equalized it for the sake of being like, all right, now from now on, we're gonna keep close track. Got it.
Yep.
So this means everyone should be at 8.
Yep.
All right.
If we fail our mem save counter, like
Mhm.
memory save, does that go back down to 0
Yes.
again?
As of right now, it goes back to 0. That might.
That's not very inspiring.
But it looks like nobody failed.
My kid is gonna be a freaking mindless zombie by the end of
Yeah,
this campaign.
I don't think anybody failed.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe there might have been, but regardless, and the players might not remember, but the party at this point still would know. I think you had two, maybe three different leads. I think it's just two leads on where you could go for, if I remember correctly. I won't say what they were specifically, just in case, and I'll go back and see if you know. But I think you have an idea of where you might be able to go. No, yeah, you do.
Yeah, he
Like-
told us.
Yeah,
Out of this town?
yeah, where
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like Little Castleton.
And I'm pretty sure the big library was one of them.
I know. Oh, also the
Academia.
mine.
yeah.
Christopher Dawkins about that and the whole drug stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, for Slate Stone, that was the Mind Mine, but I think for the Prince, it was a Academia.
Star City is where we were told.
Yeah, it was a Star City with potentially Little Castleton, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Because
I wanna
Star
meet the
City is the
Flash.
capital of Byrne. Those who are, even though it doesn't, this Byrne does look different than the Byrne you're familiar with, it does look like both have a city labeled Star City.
Is this like tentacle arrow monster going to be approaching Star City anytime soon?
This seems more like a drawing for the sake of like embellishment. Last night you did witness the moon did not have a smiley face on it.
Man.
No.
Man.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw the moon smiling at me, actually.
Well, that was just for you, Severance.
Just yeah, that's true.
Personally
That was
sent
just for Severance.
directly to you.
Yeah. And actually, that is something worth noting. I don't know if we mentioned that to Avalon. But the moon rose from the west
Mm-hmm. Oh.
instead of setting in the.
So it was
Mm-hmm. So that also seems to be a bit warped. And with that, so the party wakes up. You go? What is the party up to now? And actually, but you know what? We are at. It is about 1:00. I think this might actually be a good spot to call it. Was there anything else though? People wanted to do in specific? Because what we could also do as well, since I think you guys are potentially going to wait one more day for Nala slash because the dragon accidentally called her Nala, but she's going by a different name too. I'm trying to find it. Where'd that dang thing go? Oh, I think it's over here.
Just going by Ascara.
Yes, thank you. And
I specifically noted
yeah.
that I want to call her Nala, even though that's not what we're supposed to call her.
Yeah. And I remember seeing it written Ascara, and I'm just now annoyed that I don't know where it's written. Oh well. I'll write it here. Won't hurt for me to have it written in multiple spots. There we go. All right. Is there anything people want to do while waiting for Nala? We could do a like. Either A, we could call it now and go into it next session, or B, we could do a quick, like a general thing where we do like a roll for perusing or a roll for, like getting contacts or whatever. But I actually, you know what? I think we should do that next session regardless.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think we're at a great place to call it. So thank you all who are watching, either the recording or watching as it happened. Thank you for everyone who was able to make it. I'm going to end the stream However, I will still be on a little bit for finishing up with level up and stuff like that if there was any issues from last. And let me see, because I think, is JJ still streaming? Let's see what he's up to. Let's see.
Nah, he ended stream.
No, he ended. Okay. Well, I don't think anyone that I'm following is actively doing anything, so I might just take the one follower and end stream. So we're just gonna go ahead and just do that.
Get him.
Here, I'll send him. Where should I send him? This one viewer.
Well, if you ask Severance, he'd send him straight to hell.
No,
Do
they're
not
not
collect
working with
200.
Illithid, so
You don't know that.
search up Moon on Twitch to see if there's any streamers.
Oh,
that have
yep.
Moon in their name.
Oh, Moon. Yep, Moon. PGA Tour. Got it. Done. Salute the moon. Oh, it won't let me raid. All right, well, it's just not meant to happen.